happens. I got brakes on the brain, kaiju on the telly, link on the chain, chicky in my belly, shelter from the rain, coffee capping me up, creatures dapping me up. If life is scrapping me up, the aim is backing me up. Okay, I'm going in deep, but concentrate on my voice, my choice on a verbal convoy. Make noise at a premium, offer insurance. Okay, endurance, that that'll see me in 2004. I was scrubbing it up. Now 24, y'all love me up. I see how it is. You like mature artists, not just that. I try the hardest, sweet like candy. You can stand me everywhere you go. I can't be set the flow up so it candy. Sweetie ton is hella handy. I'm going in like a chip out by our album. Rap it so hard, we know y'all gotta grab it, push it, play it automatic. Little and million, yeah, we stay flop free. If it ain't going in, then motherfucking ain't me. Had the style on the wide, tell me who you wanna be. You gotta pay all the dues, now I play for a fee. Little and million, yeah, we stay flop free. If it ain't going in, then motherfucking ain't me. Had the style on the wide, tell me who you wanna be. Gotta pay all the dues, now I play for a fee. Don't you know my name? 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 You'll never catch me running out of ink on a master plan. Mostly mellow, gunning for a drink in a paper fan. Mostly bellow, motor crew to sire. Make a messy model, stay tinkering with tricks like a passive income TikTok grift. Whether vertical or any other feature, I strive to bring the past back and school it on the bleachers. A real renaissance kid, only nothing untried. You, I size up, I rise up, it rarely break my stride. I take your tempo, pump it up, I shake the systematic sample addict, tucking little scraps under paper wraps. On this earth I work my plan, worship the BEAT. Teenage little mellow man, I still do what you wanna see. I used to rock shows to no one with the other bands on the bill, but going in still, so they clap their hands. No one's around to listen, I'm still pushing fucking trees down. I bleed notes, I breathe riffs, I breathe hits and seek sound. Little and million, yeah, we stay flop free. If it ain't going in, then motherfucking ain't me. Had the style on the wide, tell me who you wanna be. You gotta pay all the dues, now I play for a fee. Little and million, yeah, we stay flop free. If it ain't going in, then motherfucking ain't me. Had the style on the wide, tell me who you wanna be. You gotta pay all the dues, now I play for a fee. What does it mean to seek sound? Like, what does it mean to me? It means constantly opening yourself up to new things. Like, listen to as much music as you can until you find that song. And you'll know when you found that one. And you think, oh my God, if I can't make something that makes people feel like that in the time I have here, I'll be absolutely livid. How can I live with myself? And you hold on to that feeling. And you don't let it go, and you put some music in your hands, and you just keep working till it's done. And then find the next one, baby. Don't you know my name? 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 Yeah, I'm going in, rainbow goblet. Now I'm dancing, I don't use a pen. I'm just typing in, mind expansion, kicky sticky like a fly trap. No lie, rapping as a rule. 1, 2 that defines what happens. I got brakes on the brain, kaiju on the telly, link on the chain, chicky in my belly, shelter from the rain. Coffee capping me up, creatures dapping me up. If life is scrapping me up, the aim is backing me up. Okay, I'm going in deep, but concentrate on my voice, my choice on a verbal convoy. Make noise at a premium, offer insurance. Okay, endurance, that that'll see me in 2004. I was scrubbing it up. Now 24, y'all love me up. I see how it is. You like mature artists, not just that. I try the hardest, sweet like candy. You can stand me everywhere you go. I can't be set the flow up so it candy. Sweetie ton is hella handy. I'm going in like a chip out by our album. Rap it so hard, we know y'all gotta grab it, push it, play it automatic. Little and million, yeah, we stay flop free. If it ain't going in, then motherfucking ain't me. Had the style on the wide, tell me who you wanna be. You gotta pay all the dues, now I play for a fee. Little and million, yeah, we stay flop free. If it ain't going in, then motherfucking ain't me. Had the style on the wide, tell me who you wanna be. Don't you know my name? Don't you know my name? You'll never catch me running out of ink on a master plan. Mostly mellow, gunning for a drink in a paper fan. Mostly bellow, motor be the crew desire. Make a messy model, stay tinkering with tricks like a passive income TikTok grip. Whether vertical or any other feature, I strive to bring the past back and school it on the bleachers. A real renaissance kid, only nothing untried. You, I size up, I rise up, and rarely break my stride. I take your temp, I pump it up, I shake the systematic sample addict, tucking little scraps under paper wraps. On this earth, I work my plan, worship the BEAT. Teenage little mellow man, I still do what you wanna see. I used to rock shows to no one but the other bands on the bill, but going in still, so they clap their hands. No one's round to listen, I'm still pushing fucking trees down. I bleed notes, I breathe riffs, I breathe hits and seek sound. Mellow and million, yeah, we stay fly free. If it ain't going in, then motherfucking ain't me. Had the style all the while, tell me who you wanna be. Gonna pay all the dues, now I play for a fee. Yeah, we're mellow and million, and we stay fly free. If it ain't going in, then motherfucking ain't me. Had the style all the while, tell me who you wanna be. Gonna pay all the dues, now I play for a fee. What does it mean to seek sound? Like, what does it mean to me? It means constantly opening yourself up to new things. Like, listen to as much music as you can until you find that sound.
Here we are again, end of the week, March 8th, 2024. My name is Zardimus, and welcome to the Dullahan's Den.
I'll be absolutely livid. How can I live with myself? And you hold on to that feeling, and you don't let it go, and you put some music in your hands. And you
We're so back. There's a new 2 Mellow track. There's a little bit of new Star Rail news. There's a good amount of fate going on due for the day. We are just eating pretty good today. We've got our new stuff coming in, so let's talk about that real quick and then get into FGO even faster because I really gotta catch up on this event. Soraya, we have a birthday to celebrate, so let's crank that sucker out.
Don't you know my name? 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 Yeah, I'm going in. Rainbow Goblin.
Okay, grab this. Wonderful. So, let's start with the basics. First of all, welcome on in, Mr. Sneakstab. Congrats on your first. We'd love to see it. And I'd like to wish a very happy 50th birthday to the voice actor for Shiro Emiya, Noriaki Sugiyama. Couple of familiar faces in there. I wouldn't be surprised if you knew some of these goobers. Wouldn't be surprised. Man, I wish D. Gray Man Hollow popped off a lot harder than it did. I used to love D. Gray Man. That shit went hard. Kuroshichuji, always big. But a lot of these feel like the ancient history anime. Alright? These feel like the dark past of anime. This man has a legacy going on here, I tell you what, Bobby. And I'd also like to pay respects, as one should, to the late and great Akira Toriyama. We lost him recently to, I believe, an acute subdermal hematoma? Something like that. And, Dragon Ball's definitely responsible for a lot of the culture, a lot of the stupid thoughts and ways that a lot of people have traveled in life. It's sad to see him go, and it's gonna be weird to see how the current culture will try to carry on his work, because I don't think anybody's ready to let go of Dragon Ball yet, even if we were forced to let go of Toriyama-san. So, rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. You definitely impacted an incredible amount of lives. But as you guys can hear, we have a new 2 Mellow track here. The new album is coming out on the 15th. So hopefully I can scrape together enough cash to make sure you guys get to hear all of the brand new 2 Mellow goodness mixed into the playlist. I don't think it'll be too bad. But aside from that, FGO news continues with, now we have a, I believe, hopefully official roadmap for FGO NA. Going forward, we have the next couple of events. Yeah, it is official. Cool. So we have Battle in New York 2024, Space Odysseus versus Nikola Tesla, announced for March 15th. That's right, you guys have a week from today to prep for a whole fucking lottery event. It's fucking Christmas, baby. But to participate in this lottery event, you must have cleared Part 2 of Chapter 1 of Lost Belt number 1. That's the only requirement, but it's a steep curve for those just getting into the game, so hopefully everybody's prepared. After that, in late March 2024, we're looking at the Water Monsters Crisis, aka the release of FGO's first Vietnamese servants, and that'll require Lost Belt 2 clear. And then early in June, we're looking at Lost Belt number 3 for Nanme Yumihari, the 8 Dog Chronicles. It's gonna be good. We're eating good these next couple of months, baby. What's up, Sistio? Let me make sure I get my shoutouts out now while we're in the Gacha News section.
The wrong one, but you know what? We'll work with it.
Yeah, will we?
There's no way it goes kaboom off this, right?
Goes kaboom every time. Need more SQ? What are you pulling on?
Things? It's fine, it's fine.
That is not the "it's fine" tone. That is the "I have to live with this" tone. You see my voice? I did. It was what was it? Yeah, baby. Let's do it.
Hello, Barbados.
Hey, get his ass, get his ass. Dog that man. Dog that man.
Simply outplayed.
If only that game was managed a little bit better.
Tank gun, tank gun, tank. They've discovered my position.
He do be gun tanking.
Ooh, babe.
He do be gun tanking. God, I wish that game was managed better. I would still be streaming that game if it was not dog shit managed. Gun tank was honestly busted. There were more busted units, but gun tank was the lowest skill for just do things unit by far, I'd say. I could agree with an assessment similar. But we're doing great here right now. We're doing real fucking solid here right now. Apparently, White Day for JP has a new costume for Charlemagne, which I guess C-Cats will be very excited for when he, logs in once a year to pull for a character. Did I need to roast him there for that? No. Was I going to? Guaranteed. Easy. Every time. Anyway, that covers pretty much the FGO news. Over in Honkai news, we have a new set of updates for Aventurine and Acheron in the beta. Aventurine seeing a very minor nerf, and Acheron seeing a bit of even level balancing. Some things went down, some things went up, but overall, I want to say a buff for that. Her base kit got some of the stuff her Eidolons had, and I think it's going to be really good for her. Which banner is coming first? Do you mean between Acheron and Aventurine, or...?
It means constantly opening yourself up to new things.
If I was forced to gamble, I would say Aventurine's coming second.
And you'll know when you found that one.
I don't think we know for sure just yet, but I'm pretty sure for some reason that it's Acheron first.
I'll be absolutely livid. How can I live with myself?
Better get some more Jade then. Better apply for that new credit card, buddy boy.
Get some music in your hands and you just keep working till it's done. And then find the next one, baby.
Not happening. So he says. Apparently people are very pumped for Acheron's new E6, however, her Eidolon 6. Despite almost no one going to own it, people are pretty sure it's one of those account breakers, so it'll be interesting to see. Especially considering they changed it from, you know, crit damage and scaling things into ultimate damage to all type resistance penetration. Yeah, it's looking interesting, we'll say. It's looking interesting. For the details on it, the old Acheron E6 was ultimate's crit damage increases by 60%. The damage from Acheron's basic and skill will be considered as ultimate damage. The new says increases all type resistance penetration for ultimate damage dealt by Acheron by 20%. Damage dealt by basic and skill will be considered as ultimate and can reduce enemy toughness regardless of weakness types. When weakness is broken, triggers lightning weakness break. So she's gonna be a little bit strong. Also, I can't remember if I greeted you, so hello, possibly again, Sun Puppy. Welcome on in. E6 Acheron's gonna be pretty strong, but definitely like an unneeded level of strong, I want to say. Like, there was definitely talk of comparing it to Yelan's C6, her maximum dupe form, which was, you know, actively claimed by the Chinese to be an account breaker because it allowed you to brute force any and all content and basically made content irrelevant. So, we'll see how things turn out. Goodbye, healthy saving habits. Don't do this to yourself, Sneak. Don't do this to yourself, Sneak. There is no point in that much power in this basic-ass game. Simply be free. Besides, you and I both know you don't play this game that much. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Fuck you mean? Fuck you mean? Fuck do you mean, Mr. Snakestab? You know damn well. This ain't future-proof, Insistio. This is an opportunity to mull your own sense of enjoyment. Might controls everything. Yeah, if you can control yourself, we all know yo impulse control ass. You've never held the back button on that stick once. Fuck you. Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. Also, in case you couldn't tell by my mobility and lack of a fuck about it, I did in fact get the new cable for my headphones in, and it is, it's doing well for me. Also, thank you for the follow, Sky Shark.
Like, listen to as much music as you can until you find that song. And you'll know when you found that.
Buddy, I don't even know. Did we hit that follow goal yet? I don't have the official Twitch alert box, but I know we're, like, pretty close last time I checked.
Absolutely livid. How can I live with myself? And you hold on to that feeling, and you don't let it go.
Did we do it? Is it over? No, we're at 788 out of 800. We're almost there. We're literally 12 away from the goal I set in like December, November, something like that. We're pretty on track considering that goal was a couple hundred away from where I was. But we have an event to get to, ladies and gentlemen. We have an event to get to while I'm busy scolding Hex for his lack of impulse control. It'll be fine. The fuck it will. You will fuck yourself up. And I'm not gonna sit here and let you do it. Put your glasses on, nothing will be wrong. You know what? Based and true, actually. But yeah, this is, so everybody knows why I'm looping it one more time. This is a single off of 2Mello's new collab album that's coming out on the 15th. And honestly, I really enjoy the vibes off this. I think I will be picking up the album for stream and for personal. Yeah, this is, you can get it on YouTube right now. They put it up for free for everyone, as 2Mello usually does with its tracks. But the singles always go up early and first. This is called Going In by 2Mello and Million Sunday. And it looks like, as with all of his other music, it's of course going to be good old stream safe music, and we love that. But we've got Gacha noises to listen to, so if I get E6, I never have to worry about quantum DPS. But hear me out. If you don't get E6, you can just play the game like a normal human being, you fuck. Non-pale ass using weak ass. Oh, it didn't give me a voiced cutscene going in this time. That's weird. Used to that happening. Okay. Most used servant Ultra Caster. Wow, what a surprise. Who could have guessed that the most used support servant for my list was the supportive servant? Wow. But the power? You ain't never had power. You ain't never gonna have power. You wouldn't know what to do with power. Sit your ass down. This ain't for you. The offer, the poster you saw, the flyer you saw hanging off that telephone pole was above your pay grade. You should not have even been able to read that text. Avert your eyes and carry your ass down the block like the rest of us. You going straight to the bodega. Quit pretending. What do we got? Alright, there's a Singularity Repair Support campaign, aka Get Your Bum Ass Through Part 1 if you want to play the rest of the game soon campaign going on. Not that I need those, but I will take those. Finally at 200 shells. A little bit of extra ports for the funds. We love to see it. Oh right, I need to do 2 of the Valentine scenes that I did not do, that I wanted to do. So let's see, today on the list, according to my list, is Shin Young-yu and Habanyan. So let's scroll down until we find them. And get their scenes reviewed. Alright, let's see. Shin Young-yu, here we go. Panda. And then Habanyan isn't too far. Okay. So let's get those scenes checked out, and then we will get into the new stuff. Material story, event quest log, Valentine's, chocolates. We're going to filter this to Lancer Rider. La -da 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 -da. We must find Miss Shin Young-yu, who I am blind to. Here we go. Oh no. Oh, she's doing the screen peek. You alright over there, champ? Don't ever class into assassin. Yeah. Yeah, presence concealment was not for you. Matahari, back up, let's go. You gotta read lips, Shin Young-yu. Wow! I'm getting rejected before you even said words? Yeah? You are spaghetti saucing yourself. Ayo?
の部屋に来てください。
Ayo? Okay. Alright. Wow, your room is incredibly boring.
まったく。
Why does Oki have like one of the best rooms in the
申し訳あり
game?
ません。マスター。サジなのです。サジなのですが。
Yeah?
日頃の感謝を込めてお送りいたします。
Okay.
どうぞ
What do we
やっ
got?
てくださいませ。
What's the goods? Panda. Are those rice balls? A Valentine. Very cute.
いえいえ、とんでもございません。戦いに次ぐ戦いの中、このような喜びを得られるとは思いませんでした。
She's soft in that kind of I'd like to be platonic, but I'm thinking about it way.
兵は戦場でのみ咲く花。戦い、そして散ることこそが。
Wow, that's grim and sounds like brainwashing.
それを過酷だと思うことはあれ、反感を抱くこともありませんでした。
Yeah, no, that's definitely brainwashing.
決してそれだけではないと、そう私に教えてくれたの
And
は
apparently I am the unbrainwasher, the brain filthener, if you
本
will.
当にありがとうございます。後で構いませんので、味の感想
Those are
などいただければ
chocolates? I thought those were rice. Holy shit.
今後の参考にいたします。それでは。
Did she just run out of her... Yeah. Her own room to avoid dealing with the consequences of her own social choices? That's hilarious, actually.
どうにかうまく渡せました。からかってきたとはいえ、結果は上々。
Can't believe Shin Young-yu and Matahari are friends. Unlikely pair up there, but...
ああ、またハリ。ありがとうございます。
She doesn't look happy.
おか
She
げで
does not look
水を
happy.
渡せました。
Why is Matahari upset?
その不服そうな顔は。
Yeah? Yeah?
てっきり
Bruh.
押し倒すくらいのことはすると思ったですって。
Girl.
いたしません。私は何だと思っているの
That's the hallway, girl.
マスターを守りたいと思うことこそあれ。そのような劣情を抱いたことは。
Is that a lie? I feel like that's a lie. That seems like a lie. Ah!
ですけどね。
Yeah, right, of course.
私の理性は完璧ですから。
Girl, you so full of shit.
もう本当に鉄のような理性ですから。
Wobble this bitch. Wobble her on the spot.
ほら、何ですかそのため息顔は。待って、待ちなさい。
Absolutely fucking wobbled. Alright, and our other pick would be Habanyansi. The Happy Hat.
よっす元気してるマスター
Yes!
ああ、お腹の調子の話だぜチョコ食べすぎで
My
胃もたれ
stomach
してない
has
かなってさ
experienced an iron, Habanyan. I'm good.
ほらこれ紅茶の入ったポット
Ah,
モルガンと
Morgan.
のティータイムの
T.
帰りなんだ
Morgan.
濃いめだから合わなかったらお湯で割ってあとレモンとミルクも一応ね
Habanyan's so good, dude. Thanks, Habanyan. So considerate.
まあねあと野獣馬
Their
根性って
fucking
やつ
face, dude.
愛情肩に苦しむ
What a
マスターの姿
sneaker.
を見に来たんだわとはいえバレンタインはいいイベントだ普段は奥手の子も勇気を出せる日だし
It's true. It's a good day. It's a great day.
お坂部リップ
The call out post?
伊蔵
A straight up call out
エ
post?
レシュキガルとかたくさんいるんだわ英霊なのに困ったやつらだよなこの中からもうチョコもらってるっていうかマスターチョコは何個もらえたのさ 1個
Wow, wow, you're gonna roast me?
それとも0個
Alright, guys. Fates. Fuck them. Fuck whoever wrote the dialogue options for this scene. Fuck you. Now I have to pick it. Now I have to legally pick this option, and fuck you. God damn.
なんだとこんな悲しい話があるなんて
Whoa.
かける言葉が見つからないんだわ
Habanyan, you're supposed to be
で
supportive.
も安心していいぜマスター本命はこれから来るんだから
You didn't have to open up on me before the support.
リサーチはこれくらいでいいか状況は分かったよ
Yeah?
カルデアのバレンタインなんか変な時空に飛ばされて帰ってこられない
Yeah, that happens a couple times. You know, you get used to it.
なんてバッドエンドもあるって聞いていたけど
I mean,
その心配はなさそうだね
if it was gonna happen, you
邪魔
wouldn't
しちゃ
talk
悪い
to
し
me.
僕はここで退散じゃあねいい一日をマ
She's
スター
just gonna dip? I was hoping to get chocolate from you, Happy Cat.
おーチョコ作りはちょっとね専門外なんだわ
Yeah?
あと僕からもらっても
I just said it would, Habanyan. You kidding? I'd be thrilled.
そう
There it goes. Absolutely toasted her for just a second.
恥ずかしがらずに一緒に作ればよかったかなでもプレゼントはあるよそのあたり抜かりのないハベニャンなのさ
Behold, the Happy Hat. There's even a cat in the background. That's adorable.
カルデアの制服いろいろあるけど帽子付きのやつってないじゃん
Oh my god, optional equip Happy Hat for everything?
だからこれ
Let's fucking go. Yo, it's even got high defense. Let's fucking go. Habanyan number fucking 1, baby. Good luck, charm to grand happy endings.
僕はこんなだからバレンタインには無縁だけど妖精だからね好きな人には祝福をかけるんだよ
Now we're like twins.
だろうかわいいよなこの形よしこれにて今日のお仕事完了 100%
She's so revved now. You hear that energy, baby? You hear that energy?
クレーンに自慢しに行こうっとハベニャン大勝利
Now roll the substats. Don't do
それ
this
じ
to
ゃあ
me.
またねマスター
This isn't a Hoyo game. We don't need
遊び
this.
に行こう
Daishori! I think we did the Daishori already. Actually, did we? Hold on. Let me check my list. No, we didn't. It would actually be next. Do you guys want to do one more then? So we can see a good old Jit Okita! Watch it all be effect res. That's actually not bad on a main stat defense piece, because that is a premium support piece. Because you're gonna want the effect res for Broken Keel anyway. Effect hit rate, on the other hand, might be god-awful. Effect hit rate is, like, the bane stat of most supports. Just because it doesn't matter at all, like, half the time. Oh, brother. I actually really like the recent quality of life update they did to add the here's how many of this substat you rolled thing next to it, so you don't have to guess anymore. I feel like that's pretty preem. Effect hit rate on ice damage up. Ice break effect plus effect rate works every time. But I'm not seeing a great amount of rebellion, so we will save Jet Okita's Valentine for next FGO. I'm, of
マジ
course.
違うだろ。てめえが人魚ってのはマジ違うだろ。て
Yeah?
めえレベルの怪物、ギリシャの海でもそうそうお目にかかれねえぞ。
Yeah? The rare blushing canis? I also have to, legally speaking, do this. There it is, baby. There it is. That's the fucking shot. That's the shot, brother. Let me get a screenshot real quick. Let me get the screenshot real quick of my queen. There we go. Got a new speaker on my birthday. Ayo, what's poppin'? We talking like big speakers, we talking computer speakers, amps, subwoofs. What's the deal here? What is your equipment? Alright, let's see. Did do a little bit of farming. Next up is section 3 with only one arrow. Section 3. No killing field. Journal. Author unknown. All I wanted was peace. A peaceful world where everyone could be equal and happy. But to realize that dream, I had to rely on its antithesis. Violence. If I don't have access to total, overwhelming, dominating violence... Hey, nobody told me that Hex Sneakstab was the author and narrator of this section? All other violence will continue to persist in this world, no matter how long I wait. Bluetooth speaker so I can listen to shit at work? Yo, let's go. We absolutely love that shit. I can't have that. I can't abide that. For those uninitiated, normally I do voices for new events, but we are, like, direly behind on this, so I agreed that since this is a shorter event, I will only be using character attempt voices for the early scenes and the ending scenes, and we are currently in the middle, so we're just saving. So I'll create an unbeatable agent of violence to achieve world peace. Literally just Hex Sneakstab. A plan of unparalleled brilliance from a clearly normal functioning mind. Sometimes Nasu just gets me. Gets you sent to jail, maybe. Who do we not have? We don't have Coup Alter, so we're gonna put this man to work. We also don't have Arjuna Alter, who is probably a better pick. Or Nemo, who would be an objectively worse pick. Let's do this. Alright, I think we're looking groovy, personally. We don't have any other scenes for the event over the like, so no need to freak about it. Bump the volume down just a little bit for my own sanity there. Just I won't say beat. Mystic Eyes Inferior. Alright, stinker. Looks like it's a one waiver, so we can just go all out from the get-go. We're actually going to pop Arjuna's anti-evil early, because we can do kind of a setup here. It's not a great one, because we have bad card order. But we can use Usurping Spear off of Kindest base to set up Arjuna on anti-evil. Take it easy, Snake. Do your best to survive the rest of your day at work, brother. Alright, so that puts him back on 1. He retreats. Forgot about the gimmick where you're not supposed to kill things, so the guts is just to canonically have them retreat. They still effectively die. That is All Rider, which is not bad, but not good right now. Okay. We're just gonna go with the full Buster Chain. It's got a good alternating in it, so we don't have to worry about missing an enemy. Find it weird how the shape of his thing changed from an orb to like a prism and Saint Course and stuff. The explosion is still round. I guess they couldn't redo the effects themselves for the costume because it was such a minor thing. Sure took a while to get here. Hell of a lot of demonic beasts to get through. At least we managed to fend them off. Keyword being managed. I've got a bad feeling about this. What do you mean? Can't expect this small indie company to go out of their way to change the animation as well. I mean, yeah. They couldn't even afford the budget to keep old servant updates going. How could they possibly afford one new effect for a character that is super primo in the community? That's just crazy. They just way out of budget for them. How much did they make globally overall? I think it was like 8 to 10 bill. Yeah, just too small of a budget for them to worry about animation updates for little things like, you know, a whole new costume or whatever. I may be alone in this, but I feel like they've been growing stronger. As in, they're learning? Nah, I didn't feel like that. Anything, it seemed more like they were somehow developing very rapidly. Maybe someone not in our group killed a demonic beast. They did seem to be using some kind of Mystic Eyes-based ability. Think there's another group here trying to fix the situation? Makes sense, but there was a hothead with them and messed things up. Perhaps other servants were drawn here. We can't assume they'll be on our side, though, so we should be careful. Well, for now, let's go check out the lab and look for clues. Alright, Hanjime do. What's new, Saito do? Is this it? It's got plenty of space, but nothing else. Guess this ain't the place. Hold on. Look over there. Yeah? Oh, I knew there was someone else here. Explains the signs of battle we've been seeing around the building. Only hope they're open to negotiating. I'm sure they are. They obviously realize what we're dealing with, too. Here they come. Hey, yo, squad! Don't know who you guys are, but if you're wearing glasses, then you're involved in this, aren't you? You're wearing glasses, too. You first. Who are you? Oh, let's calm down. Fighting would be a bad idea, especially in this singularity. We're servants who were summoned to this land ostensibly to resolve this situation. Things were going all right once we put on these glasses and started kicking monster ass. Then I'm afraid my power was stolen, much as I hate to admit it. I see. So that's why those last beasts we fought had degraded Mystic Eyes. That's right. They shouldn't be strong enough to actually petrify anything. But even so, if a large number of demonic beasts were to use my Mystic Eyes all at once, we wouldn't be able to so much as breathe. Strength in numbers and all that doesn't take a genius to figure that crap out, but still. Does that mean you're not going to fight us? Of course not. You're all here to resolve the situation too, right? Mordred, the Lodestar Squad. It really is. Like, what a strange grouping. Definitely. It's all well and good, but let's not take each other's word for it. How about we exchange information, then? The more information we have about those invisible enemies, the better. Master. Alright. Okay, I'll start. Here's what we found out. An exposition wipe. We found an exposition wipe. Very important. I see. Human experimentation. Though I hate to describe what's happened here as human deeds. Now here's what we've learned. We can tell you why the mage who made this singularity did all this. You see, the who, the why done it, the why done it? A certain mage's journal. I swear to devote my body and soul to bringing peace to this world. I'll use my greatest talent, the creation of demonic beasts, to bring order to the entire world. My plan is to create invisible demonic beasts, make them impossibly strong, and release them into the world. They'll purge this world of the wicked, the unneeded, and the armed. According to my calculations, with the demonic beasts multiplying, it will take 576 years for them to eradicate all traces of violence from the world. Just imagine. No more war, no more evil, no one having to live in fear of sudden unnatural death. It'll be a perfect world, an ordered world. Alright, time to get to work with all my like-minded colleagues once again. Here's to world peace. If I have to use violence to get there, then so be it. The man really wrote 4 exclamation points in his own journal. Damn. I'll say, what a moron. Kind of impressive how smart and stupid he managed to be at the same time. They do say the simpler the ideal, the stronger we hold on to it, but even the Marines aren't this simple-minded. Damn! Sure don't like violence. Let's remove all the violence from the world by using extreme violence. I mean, look. If the question is violence, the answer should be how much, because violence is the correct answer. And if it's not, you're not using enough. So clearly he understands the problem. The question was very clear. He's just bad at answering. Not at all uncommon for one's means to be at odds with one's ends. Unfortunately, as the man in the business suit said, seems this mage truly was every bit as stupid as he was brilliant. Violence isn't the answer, it's the question. And the answer is yes. Exactly. So, does this mean, like, the mage was nearly on the verge of completing his life's work when, boom, explosions, death, massacres? Mages really are screwed up pieces of shit, aren't they? Normally I would object to that statement as being entirely groundless libel, but in this singularity I have to agree. You'd think people would know by now that having power but not being able to control it never ends well. Is that all the information you have? Yes. For the time being, since we now know there's a laboratory here, we were thinking of going to investigate it. Same as us, huh? Looks like there are 7 of you, is that right? Yeah, this is all of us. Is there something you're still not clear on? No, I was just thinking that even our combined numbers doesn't explain all the missing glasses. Missing? You mean the glasses that were being kept down below? That's right. Can I say something? By all means. What is it, Mordred? My intuition's kicking in, something's headed our way. If my intuition's working, then it isn't those demonic beasts. Master Chaldea, yeah? You better get ready. There's no guarantee these guys are going to be allies of humanity. Then what would they be? I don't know, opportunists out for power? I mean, you lose your power if you fight here, right? Then you think they're stealing power, like the demonic beasts. There's definitely people out there who'd try it if they knew how. Don't you think? No, I don't. The very idea of taking power others have cultivated is an affront to heroes themselves, especially in this singularity. Those voices. Greg? Oh god, it's... Talk about an all-star lineup. I mean... If Gawain wasn't there, maybe. Is that you, Arjuna? I see you're wearing eyeglasses, too. Karna, I'm surprised to see you here. More importantly, he's cool. He's got the vaporwave vibes. Do sunglasses really count as eyeglasses? Alright, picky bitch McGee. Okay. Everyone having normal glasses, Karna's like, nah, miss me with that, I'm cooler than that. I mean, to be fair, the vaporwave vibe is so fucking strong off of him. He's so real for this. I take it you're all here looking for a way to defeat those invisible demonic beasts too. I really want to say something about the sunglasses, but this just isn't the time. Yep. We were just exchanging information with these guys when you showed up. Will you tell us what you know in exchange for us doing the same? Since it looks like we share the same goal, yes, I don't see a problem. Alright, here's what we've learned. Exposition wipe 2! 2 in the same scene, even. I get the gist now. What a troublesome singularity. Arjuna, my guy, those glasses clearly don't make you smarter. Prescription sunglasses. You'd think he'd know that. But he doesn't. So we're forbidden from fighting, even though we were summoned expressly to fight. Sounds just like the mage who made the singularity. Here's what we know. The Holy Grail that made the singularity is acquired by... Hey, yo! Scrap? What the... I don't think we're trapped in here, but you should get behind us just in case. Looks like some kind of projection. Is that the mage behind all this? Seems so. I think he's about to address us. Your attention, please. I regret to inform you that Peace and Keeper Incorporated has effectively gone bankrupt. Our revolutionary peacekeeping solution, Racing Demonic Beasts, went horribly awry after our product line went berserk and devoured our entire staff. I apologize to all our clients and creditors for leaving you in the lurch. Paltry though it is, as a token of apology to our loyal supporters, we're sending you a complimentary pair of wonder glasses that will let you see through the peacekeeping demonic beasts' invisibility. My clan has long raised these demonic beasts with the intention of bringing peace to the world. Our goal is to use their abilities to detect malice and steal would-be aggressors' power, and thus preserve peace across the globe. Never thought we would meet our own end at their hands. Fortunately, I was able to remove their reproductive capabilities, so they should die out in time without being able to increase in number. However, until they are gone, I ask you all to refrain from fighting of any sort, with or without magecraft, and including amongst yourselves. As long as you are in this building, they will steal your combat abilities and grow even stronger. And while I'm sure this is entirely unlikely to occur, if you happen to be seeing this video while the demonic beasts are still alive, then I urge you to prepare your magical crest to be passed on to your successors and get your affairs in order as soon as possible. These demonic beasts are the fruits of what my clan has been pursuing since our founding. I'm pretty sure they're way too strong to beat. Well, goodbye, everyone. Thank you for your continued patronage for so many years. Goddamn moron! Can't believe it. A failsafe should have been the very first thing he designed. Pretty sure they're way too strong to beat. What are we supposed to do with that? Can't blame him. Doubt he had anything but demonic beasts on his mind when he was designing them. Accidentally scrolled. More concerned with his remark about removing their reproductive capabilities, what do you think, Paracelsus? Even if he did manage to do that, it's still eminently possible they found a way to reproduce. I would bet they gained human reproductive capabilities when they ate the primary mages. After all, the ability to reproduce is fairly crucial in a battle for survival. And it sounds like we can't wait around for them to die out peacefully. This is giving me a headache. There's no way at all to fight these things. The thing about monsters is, once you know what they are, they're a lot easier to handle. Huh? It'd be one thing if a servant was involved, that would explain how strong they are. But if they're just beasts created by regular mages, we shouldn't have too much trouble defeating them. So they gotta have a holy grail juicing. Don't know if they used it on purpose or accidentally, though. I'd guess deliberately. Look how intelligently these things are behaving. We should be thinking of them as intelligent life forms rather than ordinary demonic beasts. Think we've got any chance at negotiating? No, I don't. They made contact with us by not warning us or attempting to negotiate. They began by attacking. And above all, we know the thing they want most is our power. Exactly. I bet they see our power as the ultimate treat. They outnumber us significantly, so just charging straight into them would be suicide. Though it appears that killing just one of them does not result in complete loss of our powers. Yeah, Medusa just had her mystic eye stolen. Maybe I could take them all out at once with my Clarent Blood Arthur. Don't even think about it, Sir Mordred. Consider carefully when and where to use your sacred sword. All or nothing gambles should be used strictly as a last resort. Yeah, friggin' teacher's pet. I see. In that case, I think our information should be especially useful. You said it had to do with the Holy Grail? And possibly Babylon Knight. What's up, Raka? Babylon? How was everyone doing from over in that direction? I'd attempt to do some sick feat of power to impress you.
You earned them.
However, Raka showed up with the clown wig on. There's nothing I can do to top that. The skips? Skip energy?
Oh, damn. I should not have skipped that.
I should not have skipped that. The line of regret. Where are your clips, Raka? I did my best to spare you from the huge audio gamba. Alrighty. No clips yet, brother. Fix it. Clip yourself. You should clip yourself now! But welcome on in, everybody. Hope you've been having a good day. Welcome on into the earlier parts of the current FGO event, because I am a slacker. One time I showed my face on stream. It does be like that.
Pain.
Soon, Raka, soon. You get him, Brandon. I believe in you. That's right. We looked into how to obtain a Holy Grail in this singularity. And for everybody just in, normally I do voices during events and new story and stuff like that, but I'm so late that I'm just doing voices for the certain end. So most of this is just going to be a normal little reading. I can words good, I swear. Did not expect 3 days grace. It simply is what it is. You just got it. It is what it is, baby. Can't we just beat the stuffing out of whoever's got the grail? Of course not. To obtain a holy grail here, we need to hold a subspecies holy... A what? A holy grail war, huh? I can see the sense in that. Please don't. Indeed. If the holy grail is hidden away, a competitive mock ragecraft ritual is sure to draw it out. What do you say? It would generally be no need to hold a holy grail war in a singularity, because the holy grail is already manifested. But I've used magecraft to scan this entire building several times now with no luck. If you weren't able to find it even after all that, I doubt any other caster would fare better. Meanwhile, at, you know, Castria, Morgan, oh yeah, it's just under the floor here, bro. There would be some degenerate magic going on if we had actual, real powered servants with us, but okay, Sanson, go off. I don't know about that. At least Para knows. At any rate, a competition may be just what we need, but if we fight here... If we fight, we'll lose before the first blow even lands. We can't draw out the Holy Grail unless we fight. But if we fight, we'll practically be giving our magical energy away to the demonic beast. I can't tell if this place is a bad match for us or a good one, though its inherently contradictory structure it explains how it became a singularity. To be fair to the 3-star caster claim, it's not necessarily a star thing, because I believe the canonical representation for rarity is how willing the servant is to help humanity, not necessarily a power level. Like, if they are more willing to join the cause just off rip, they're given a lower rarity, is, I believe, the canonical excuse for it. Which tracks, because it's not like Kukulin in any of his incarnations is underpowered. The man just dogs people for existing, right? Romulus would be much the same. He's intentionally nerfing himself. Who else is, like, super gnarly low star? Trying to think off the top of my dome. I just struggle because I am the brainletest. I don't think Gareth's that bad. I think she's under-equipped in current incarnation, though. I think it might be, like, a bad class servant matchup or something like that. I want to say Blackbeard should have a pretty solid fame bonus in most places. Stuff like that. Leonidas, too, I feel. I want to say, yeah, there's a good chance Leonidas. I'd agree. And I mean, Medea's a 3-star, and you've... God, they power wanked her to hell and back in Stay Night. Can't tell if this place is a bad match for us or a good one, though its inherently contradictory structure certainly explains how it became a singularity. Huh? Hang on. I can understand that fighting the demonic beast is an issue, but what'd be the problem with servants fighting each other? Can't believe Lizardani came into my stream to sleep. What a compliment. Now, if only I could get them to just press the sub button in their sleep, just move their sleeping hand with the mouse, and just... Bond lines? What is this? What is this villainy you've clipped? Which tracks? Because it's not like Kukulin in any of his incarnations is underpowered. The man just dogs people for existing, right? Which track? I think it's doubly funny, actually, on review, that the Hound of Light Kukulin was accused of dogging people. I think that's an unintentional haha bit of wordplay. Just finished work, rough week. I feel that spiritually, Lizard Owner. Welcome on in, lay your head down. Just stay as you please. Thank God it's the weekend. TGIF, baby. Come on, Nobukatsu. Did you already forget what the maid said? Supervisor for 2 days? Damn. The worst thing is, the people who hate supervising the most probably be the best at it. It's usually the case. People who get manager and supervisor positions are very rarely the best pick for it. It's just nobody that'd be good at it wants to do it because they understand it's like, if you're doing it well, it's basically hell. Sadly, I'm working tomorrow as well, so I gotta power through. Just take in your waifu. Just stare at them and draw energy like the rest of normal gacha players. He said not to fight amongst ourselves. Guess that includes servants too. Since this entire building has been turned into a magical collection apparatus, we should assume that our every action is under observation. Yeah, now that you mention it, I do feel the eye of a deep-sea giant squid is constantly watching me. So basically, we've all got to compete in some way that means only one of us can win, right? So if we can't fight, what can we do? What about playing Knights of the Round Table trivia? Ha ha ha, do you wish to shame the round table where we can all see, Sir Mordred? Damn, Gawain, you ain't had to do her like that, the fuck? Ah, come on. What's there to be embarrassed about at this point? The skeletons have been out of the closet for ages by now. You know, she's probably both more right and more wrong than she wants to be. No thanks. Either way, it's obvious who would win. How about a game of chance, then? They replaced his name card with Luck A. That's so fucked up. Hey, I like this sound. This is a good-ass gag, actually. Luck E, Luck D. Absolutely not implying gay skeletons. There's no implication there, I tell you what, Bobby. I mean, all I'm gonna say to that comment, Sky, is Nobunaga's noble phantasms regularly involve skeletons. Okay? That's all I need to say about that one. Was supervisor for like 6 months, it was horrid, I quit. Yeah, that sounds right. We were all too invested to be able to come up with a fair and impartial idea. After all, even if we aren't laying our lives on the line, we all still want the Holy Grail for ourselves. Alright, let's call in a judge. A judge, so like a ruler? Actually, I think I know a ruler with glasses. Or are they an archer? I get the feeling I'm better off not remembering. They don't have to be a ruler, they just have to be neutral. You there, you're a master, right? I can draw a summoning circle if you're willing to try summoning someone. This wouldn't typically work, but it should be possible in this singularity. I don't know if that's a good idea, buddy. Don't worry, the ley line connected to this building may be out of control, but using it to perform a summon won't pose any risk. My guess is you'll attract a heroic spirit with whom you have a strong bond. Probably be someone registered in Chaldea's Spirit Origin Graph. Probably. No idea who, though. Okay. Very well. See, I hate when they do this. This is the thing I hate the most about dialogue choices in this game. Because this is not a dialogue choice. Both of these lines are being read in sequence. This is Chaldea's summoning ritual chant. Seventh heaven, clad in the 3 words of power, come forth from the circle of binding, guardian of the scales. So what'd we get? Come on, Zard, you gotta ham it up. I would, but like this is speed read mode. Hello there, good heroes. How are you all this fine day? This just looked like so much fun. I couldn't help. I hate this. I hate this a lot. No, don't stop. That voice. Oh, come on. Seriously, what's this prick planning now? No, it's Merlin. By which I mean, hell yeah, it's your boy Merlino. Good evening, everybody. Is everyone having sweet dreams? It's me, Mr. Anonymous Sheep, now with glasses. Merlin? What do you think you're doing, Major Flowers? Unfortunately, I'm not really here right now. I suppose you could say I'm an illusion made up of infinite flower petals, something like that anyway. Basically, I'm taking my summer vacation in the spring. Naturally, I already know that you need an impartial judge, and why that is. I have a lot of time on my hands, you see. Right, well, for better or worse, he's definitely the real Merlin, everyone. Bear in mind that he is not known for being charitable. Blunt as ever, Gawain. You know, a little tact would go a long way. Well, so long as you stay impartial, I don't care who you are. Of course I will! Now then, let's start by dividing you all into 3 groups, A, B, and C. From there, we're going to hold the most peaceful Holy Grail War the world's ever seen. However, to keep things fair, I'm going to need one servant from the Chaldea party to move to another. Arjuna Alter, I choose you. Me? Oh, no need to overthink it. In fact, I could make it so that Chaldea receives the Holy Grail if your team manages to win. Assuming the rest of your team is okay with that, of course. What do you all say? I have no objections. Our mission was always to resolve the situation. Is he gonna team Arjuna and Karna together? That would be the funniest thing he could do here. Please, Merlin, I'm begging you. Fine with me. Certainly better than allowing the singularity to continue to exist. I don't mind either. Doesn't mean I'll be holding back. If Chaldea and their master are worthy of obtaining the Grail, then I'm willing to let them have it. That just leaves you, Arjuna. Are you okay with this? That should be fun. Come on, how's that fair? It isn't, at all. If we win, we'll be taking the Holy Grail for ourselves, and we'll be making no apologies. Of course, of course. You're fine with that too, right? Yeah, sure. Very well then, I'm afraid I'll be going over to their group. But please remember this, Master. I'm still the same loyal servant I've always... Yeah. Let's go. Come on. Turn it up. I see. How like you, Master. Thank you. I feel much better. Now I can focus on giving this contest my all. Alright, everyone. Thank you for having me. Not at all. I look forward to seeing what you can do. Now, what sort of contest is this going to be? The Great Merlino. Alright. We have a new thing open to burn some AP. We sure do. So let's clean this out real quick. And I do mean very literally real quick. This is gonna go by in a snap. Don't blink. I will let this jingle play. This is actually one of their better jingles. Mysterious Facility Expedition. Yellow alert. Who's ready for violence, kids? Gotta harvest those apples. Lottery's in a week. Just a week until lottery. Can you believe it? Lottery in just a week. Gee golly, I'm so glad for this news. Lottery in just a week. Can't wait for Space Odysseus. Odysseus? Yeah, Space Odysseus plot's gonna be funny. I fully believe in my heart of hearts. Space Odysseus versus Nikola Tesla is gonna be funny as fuck. Yeah, my friend's gonna help me upgrade my cooling CPU so I'm ready for the next expansion. Let's go. I'm going to upgrade nothing and then complain when my system can't run it. That's my go-to move, and I'm sticking to it, baby. Die! Tan Summer Musashi is just peak design, and I will have no arguments on it. It's so good. The color balance is phenomenal. Oh no, it's got 76,000 health anyway. Graphics cards at 2060. I think I'm running a 2070 Super. Oh, CPU's a Ryzen 7? Yeah, I see that, I see that. Oh, Zardo's my favorite creature from the 3D internet world? That's not true. That's not true. There's no way that's true.
It tastes.
What's up, Archio? Thank you for the hydrate.
A fuckhole.
I still don't regret my decision to use the non-standard Limmy hydration clip. It's from the same skit even, but everybody uses the other line. It's the go-to hydrate line. I had to do something a little different for the people. For the people. Section 4, Game 1. Lateral Thinking. Let's think laterally. Alright, looks like we have our teams. For Team A, we have Paracelsus, Sanson, Mordred, and Medusa. For Team B, Karna, Arjuna Alter, Gawain, and Enkidu. And for Team C, Nemo, Kuhulin Alter, Saito Hajime, and Oda Nobukatsu. And of course, the Master of Chaldea. Hang on, Major Flowers, where does that leave me? Since you don't seem to have any affiliation of your own, why don't you join me as another Master of Ceremonies? That sounds great. Very well, it's time for the first game. How about we start with something simple and familiar? Super Anastasia and Salieri are bitches, and my Chaldea is not ready to face. Super Minotaur in 110 turns with Extreme Immortal comp. I haven't tried that yet. I've been focused on the event, because I've only really been playing on stream. A man ordered turtle soup at a seaside restaurant and killed himself because he'd eaten soup made with that meat. Aha, should have realized you'd already known the answer. But yes, let's go with this. What could be more fair than a game focused on lateral thinking? How does that sound to you? Could you tell me how it's played? Of course. In general, Turtle Soup is a game where a situation is described, and players must then think of the motivations and events that led to it. For example, my earlier riddle would usually go something like, a man ordered turtle soup at a certain restaurant. Afterwards, he asked the server if it was really turtle soup, to which the server replied that it was. Later, the man took his own life. Why? Of course, that information alone isn't enough to reach the right answer, so players may ask questions. Though for the most part, these need to be yes or no questions. For example, has the man eaten turtle soup before? Yes. At the same restaurant? No, at a different location. And you keep going from there until you've figured out the answer. Let's begin. Hans, Clepius, Castoria, Chinchi, Rates, and Mash. It's not the most immortal comp I've seen, but it certainly works. Two men were collapsed on the ground bleeding. One of them had a gun. The other was empty-handed. Only one of them survived. How did he do it? Two men were collapsed on the ground. One of them had a gun. The other was empty-handed. So, what do we know? Two people involved in the situation. One is fatally injured. One is armed. We don't know if it's the armed person or the unarmed person that is alive or dead. I think that's the crux. We don't know who's wounded here. Because who is armed is ultimately irrelevant. Guns can change hand in post or pre. It is just who took the hit. How did he do it is an entirely different matter. And one could presumably say because he didn't get shot, but... What should I ask about first? Okay, Team A, let's hear your question. If you don't have one, you can pass, but you have to say so. Please note that any team can try to answer at any time. However, if two people raise their hands simultaneously, I'll let the one who most recently asked a question go first. Got it? Good. And begin. Did the man with a gun win? No. Team B. Was the man with the gun sick? Also no. Team C. At this point, all we know is the empty-handed guy won. And the cause was not illness. So who's going to ask a question? No one else wants to argue. I'd like to check something anyway. Did the empty-handed man kill the man with the gun? Yes. We can safely say the empty-handed man killed the man with the gun. Does everyone get how the game works now? Let's pick up the pace. Empty-handed man beat the man with the gun to death? No. Is it important that they're both men? No, neither one's gender matters for our purposes. I'll go next. Were the two men near each other? Yes, very near. Good question. If they fought at close range, the empty-handed guy could have easily evaded a gunshot. Were the two men near each other when the fight began? No, they were relatively far apart. Huh? Uh-oh, that throws a wrench in the whole thing. Was the empty-handed man a fast runner? He was not, but how fast the men could run does not matter. Doesn't matter. Alright, I'll go next. Anything you want me to ask about? I want to know more about how the loser died. Was the empty-handed man still unarmed when he killed the man with a gun? If you're wondering whether the empty-handed man picked something up, the answer is no. He was empty-handed the whole time. This you can take as a fact. Were the two men over 100 meters apart when the fight began? No, they were closer than 100 meters. Were the two men over 20 meters apart? Oh, still no. It's pretty close, definitely within firing range. Here's everything we know for certain, including information from the other team's questions. I think this should cover it. There's a man with a gun and an empty-handed man. The empty-handed man won. The man with the gun lay in a pool of blood, dead. Okay, so that's important. He took some sort of wound that invoked a pool of blood. Empty-handed man was still alive. Man with the gun was not ill. Empty-handed man did not beat the man with the gun to death. Empty-handed man killed the man with the gun with his bare hands. Gender had nothing to do with the outcome. The man with the gun and the empty-handed man were close together. At the beginning of the battle, they were far away from each other. Distance was no more than 20 meters. Didn't matter how fast the empty-handed man could run. So to go over the whole scene, began when the two men were inside 20 meters of each other. Empty-headed man got close to the armed one to kill him, and he killed him with his bare hands without beating him to death. Hang on, something doesn't add up. Both the men were bleeding. Exactly. Makes sense that the one with the gun would be, since he wound up dead. How did the empty-handed man get injured too? Maybe he got shot when he ran in to get close? Can't be it. Roland said it doesn't matter how fast he could run. If he ran to get in close, his speed would definitely matter. Oh, right. Hang on, how does any of this make sense? Alright, you're up, Team C. What should we ask about? Some things I'm curious about, but we still don't have the full picture. Why don't we stop asking definite questions and try asking random misleading ones? Good idea. Were the two men over 10 meters apart? Yes, they were over 10 meters apart. So we know they started out between 10 and 20. If they started out near each other, I'd get why it wouldn't matter how fast they were, but in this case, it doesn't matter how fast they were. Maybe the empty-handed man ran into the armed one with a car? Doubt that it qualifies empty-handed. Guess you're right. Sister's master. Ran into. Doesn't matter how fast they were. Because what in the Comedy Central ass puzzles? Alright, let's actually change to Theme Team, because we can put one together and I've just been lazy. That's a lie, I'm pressed for time. I'm just going to keep using this team. It's just another day in Chaldea. We're not even in Chaldea, that's the best part. It's just another day existing as the last master of humanity. It just keeps happening. What the fuck? Doesn't matter how fast they were. Well, first of all, fuck you for the confusion. Our hand is looking scrumblow as fuck, presently, in short. We can land a 2 for here. So I'd say it's worth it to use the surfing. But not to pop the main attacking button. 3 stacks of attack down should keep people relatively safe feeling. Of course, Big Ghost continues to Big Ghost aggressively, and we dislike that fact. Okay. One of the confusions went off. We're still okay. This is a resist, but I still want to fire this off and see if we get any decent damage out of it. Should be able to break bar, I want to say. Yeah. Class disadvantage only really exists if you're a bitch, so... Because... Yeah, he jumped! Well, it's time for that big wombo, baby. Hit him with the left to right. Did Lapitai kill? I don't think it did. I think it was just short. Yep, just short. Literally by a Thaui. And this will. Remember, class disadvantage only exists if you're a bitch, because that would have nearly killed as well. Team B, the answer to your question is no, though if you know the solution, I'm willing to hear it. No, I'm afraid not just yet. Alright then, go ahead Team C. Was the unarmed man higher up than the armed? Yes. Well, that's the answer. Wait, what? Ah, damn it. Okay, Team C, in this case you get to answer first. Go ahead. The unarmed man fell onto the armed one? That's correct. Yes, we did it! What a relief. Nice job, team. While I'm sure the other teams have realized what happened by now, the unarmed man tried to commit suicide by jumping off a building only to collide with the armed man walking beneath him. The hell? They never actually fought at all. Oh. What? So that's how he got us. We assumed they had fought when we asked who killed who, but we never actually told us the two fought. He had no obligation to correct our mistaken assumption. What? No fair. Of course, I'm not here to correct your mistaken assumptions or warn you that you are on the wrong track. A 4-story building is approximately 15 meters tall. If a man were to jump off such a building and collide with someone on the ground, possible the jumper may live and the man on the ground may not, depending on the point of impact. Damn it. Should have realized it was something like that when he said it didn't matter how fast they could run. Same here. Don't know what I was thinking. Were you perhaps thinking of humans as though they were servants? Ugh. Good point. That is what the untrained human body is like, isn't it? You there, you should know better than to apply medieval British conventions to modern times. Now, we do have more games to end, so I suggest you chat amongst yourselves while you have the chance. Turtle Soup sounds like a fun game. You have to really construct the scenario and answer questions carefully, but it sounds fun if you're willing to play the game. Team A. What we need is creativity. I agree. Whatever sort of contest awaits us next, I'm sure we'll need to be able to consider it from many different angles. Yeah, intuition ain't gonna do us much good here. Sure, our common sense will be tested too. Speaking of which, Paracelsus. I think I speak for everyone when I say you're our best hope. I do feel I know a decent amount when it comes to alchemy, medicine, philosophy, and astronomy. But there are plenty of other fields where I am but an amateur. Even though you're a caster? My deepest apologies. I feel so worthless. If only he had been here instead of me. I don't mean to brag, but I struggle with basics like boiling water for tea, often forget to eat or sleep. Thanks, Avis Braun. You're unlikely to find a servant who would be more helpless when living alone. On second thought, maybe he wouldn't be much help either. So you're basically useless outside of your field. Essentially, yes. Well, damn, at least you're honest. For the time being, why don't we all note down our own specialties? May serve as useful reference. I don't know what kind of game we're going to have to play next, but okay, I'll go first. Let's see, great in a fight, pissing off my old man. I feel like I'm fairly knowledgeable about Greek mythology, but I also feel like that could become a liability. Suppose I also know a fair amount about theology. Aside from that, can't think of anything else. Now, I wish I hadn't devoted my entire life to the pursuit of magecraft. I was just an executioner, but I consider myself well-versed in healthcare as well. You know, that reminds me, the advances that have been made in medical technology today are astounding. Compared to my era, when we still had little knowledge of infectious disease, the difference is night and day. Medicine has progressed all throughout human history. And in modern times, especially, knowledge and technology are being shared at unprecedented speed and scale. It's wonderful. It used to be that medicine was considered magecraft in its own right, and was therefore to be kept secret. Oh yes, now that you mention it. By the way, I know this is blunt, but I have to ask. Is there any bad blood between you two? Because I'm worried it may become a problem. You don't beat around the bush, do you? No, that's just how I am. I'd be lying if I said there wasn't. But strangely, in the singularity, I felt far calmer than usual. You too, huh, Arjuna? It's true. Yeah, my burning competitive spirit has cooled to a smolder. That would normally be a bad thing, but in the singularity, I think it will help. I agree. That aside. Go on. We need to reflect on where we went wrong. Agreed. Absolutely. What is it we were lacking? I think we were taking things too literally. With combat, there are inevitable distinctions drawn between friend and foe, and tactics for deceit and surprise attacks. But this last battlefield required us to think along different lines, and you and I both tend to be a little impulsive. Huh? Oh yes, I know just what you mean. What? So, what you're saying is, we might be at the greatest disadvantage of all the teams? Ah? Oh no, they're all morons. I can't believe it. Guess this is more of a victory party than a post-mortem. It's not over yet. Still have more games ahead. True. At this point, I'd say Team A is the biggest threat to us. Not Team B? Team B would definitely have the edge in combat. But if the next game is anything like the last, we have just as much a chance of winning as anyone else. All four of the guys in Team B are expert fighters. That doesn't translate to good lateral thinking in games like Turtle Soup. What do you think, Sisters Master? I think Team B could be pretty formidable. Yeah, wasn't expecting that. Well, they are all great heroes. Guys like that tend to pack a punch. Yeah. You never know what heroes like that will come up with when they go after you. Though no one beats Sister at being unpredictable. Or anything for that matter. Alright, simp. How are we doing? Everyone finished with your post-mortem discussions? Let's move on to the next game. Michael. Wow, you're just gonna slip this man like that? Why don't you explain this one? A little warning would have been nice, but okay. Since our first game focused entirely on the intellect, we thought the next one should test your stamina and luck. This is why we're going to have you play what I like to call Oni, or as it's more commonly known in Western countries, Tag. Oh boy. We're playing Oni? You rang. You rang. Get out of here. Get. Good old Tag. Clean and simple, brother. And a good excuse to have us fight servants. But you know how it goes. First things first. We've got to move on up to the orange elect. And just like last time, just a little bit of speed running this one. Except I picked the wrong caster. Because wow, I didn't expect a Merlin so high up. Oh wow, I picked the wrong team. Oh well. We'll figure it out. It's Archer, so kinda should at least have advantage. Problem is, Kainos cannot just obliterate them. Burn all this. And then we just gotta dog him a bit. Let's see. Oh no, wait, it's the opposite way around. Okay, this is still doable, actually. If only because it is Kainos. Okay. We have a Rider NP, we're gonna hold that. Okay. Let's do this.
突破します。
Okay. Not a lot of great options here, but I'm pretty sure that if she just buffs up here, Lancer Kindness could kill front. Probably by second card, but I'm gonna throw a third in, just in case. Yeah, second card would have done it. That's okay, we'll make some star income here. Nice. A full 100% crit turn. And now we can also do this. So let's see, what is my goal here? This. Oh, so close. If we had had like 1.5k more on that, that would have been glorious, dude. What do we got? Okay. Let's do this, see if we can make some stars in the back. Oh, so close. We nearly got away with that. We nearly committed a crime. It would have been truly beautiful. Oh well. Close as we can get. Double all-nighter eyes. Ominous. Grim even, perhaps. Wait. There's not going to be any blue this turn, so I don't need to pop Castria stuff. We're just going to go Lapitai, Storm Serpent, follow. I'm anticipating, at the very least, front and back will die by the end of the string. No! Back just barely surviving. It's gonna be front and mid then. Okay. And now it's just cleanup. Yep, and that's GG. Beautiful. We simply love to see it, chat. A golden apple to be used in a week. Love that for us. Okay. Section 5, Game 2, Tag. Okay, how are we doing on weeklies? 5 more undead. That's not too bad. We definitely get that 4 in a week. Let's progress. Man, that's crazy. Akira Toriyama's death has gone so hard. The official Cartoon Network channel has tweeted out about them. It's really just cannot underestimate how much this man has done in terms of cultural impact. Adult Swim 2, not even surprised. Not even surprised. Ministry of Foreign Affairs of China, yep, tweeted about that. The Japanese sign language for Dragon Ball is apparently a Kamehameha gesture. Amazing. That's peak iconic. Street Fighter. Mexican TV shows talking about the death of Akira Toriyama. Azteca 7 blew up their programming today to show a marathon of Dragon Ball movies. Holy shit. That's fucking sick, actually. Oh no. God, that hurts. Masako Nozawa-san has released her comment on Toriyama's passing. I don't want to believe it. My head is empty because I don't want to think about it. Even so, every time I see Goku, I remember what Toriyama-sensei said to me. You will take care of Goku, won't you? I cherish that moment. Makes me think I will stay by Goku's side until my strength runs out completely. Sensei, please watch over us from the heavens. We hope you depart in peace. Man. And what's left is also, like, something to think about. There's a couple of his original series that have some stuff still going to them. Sandland, Dragon Ball Diama, and then, of course, Dragon Ball Super, which we don't know how far ahead he planned for. President of France tweeted a tribute? Of course. Of course. It's just all over the timeline. It feels like at least half of the tweets today are just Toriyama, and that's impressive. In fact, I find it more impressive that the remaining half of my timeline is just a mix of everything else. There's nothing nearly as big. Like, you have to understand, there's other stuff going on. Like, there's people and tweets about politics and stuff like that. They're hitting, 100k tweets at best. Dragon Ball is trending with 2.5 million tweets. It's just not even close. Aw, man, that tweet of Guts sitting next to Goku, both of them a little beat up. Man. Earth-shattering loss? Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh. Awesome thing about Akira Toriyama isn't just that his characters have motivated countless people to pick up a pencil and draw, but more importantly, he's motivated us to push ourselves and take on things that seem impossible to overcome. And that's why he's the GOAT. And God, his character designs still to this day are something else if you really think about it. Like, they're so common to us right now because of what they were, but just the idea of Piccolo's design, or anything as oddly unique as it, becoming such a mainstream thing nowadays, seems just a monumental, impossible task. But Piccolo, Tien, Yamcha's design, as basic as it was, actually went a little bit hard. Fucking all of the Ginyu squad and how varied they were. The various transformations of the Freezer species, Cell's different forms. The man's designs went absurdly hard, let alone his mechanical designs. The cars and bikes and shit that he drew that was mechanical were insane. Man. Somebody posted a tweet. Toriyama drew a little panel of like himself as his Toriyama character, and this is me in paradise. And God, I need you guys to appreciate this shit. Toriyama was the fucking realest, dog. Take a look at some of these tweets from Sistia real quick. Dragon Ball Z Linkin Park AMVs need to be preserved. God, please, mercy. Kazuki Takahashi once gave a tour of his home. During it, he had one simple thing to say about Akira Toriyama. Yeah, what was the line? Yes, he is a god. Very wonderful person. Alrighty then. All right. All right. Playing Oni, or as it is commonly known in the West, tag. Gonna be feeling this for a long ass time. Absolutely. In the same manner that people are still just wondering what's gonna happen with Berserk and praying for it. It's weird to lose, to me, to lose a creator while they're in the middle of a serialization or series in general. Just, man. Because now, especially for me, what hits me the most about this isn't just the cultural impact. It's the first time this sort of thing really hit me was Monty Ohm and Ruby. And I watched that series descend from something I could have kind of enjoyed into a hot fucking mess that I refuse to acknowledge. And it puts a fear in my soul thinking about what could even possibly happen to Dragon Ball Super now. Because as someone that makes stuff, my greatest fears are somewhere between I'll die and my work will disappear and just be completely forgotten, and that I'll die and someone will take my work and pervert it into something unimaginable to me. Something that does no good, does not carry the spirit of what I was looking for at all. Those two things terrify me as someone who makes things. At least Toriyama named Successor Miura is also training someone in left manuscripts. He did. That doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Because as a creator, you know that there is always an impetus for you, even in a planned creative process, to make correct decisions that may not be what you planned for. And when those happen, it falls to the successor to try and decide if it is right to make something good or right to honor the memory. And there's no right choice. There's no right choice that will ultimately lead to creating the correct project because it is a creative project. It is an unmanifestably daunting task to pick up the work of someone who has departed. If Oda dies before One Piece finishes, it'll be the apocalypse. I'm kind of at... Look, you have to understand. Looking at Oda's work so far, I have to believe this is his intent. He is actively planning on kicking the bucket before One Piece finishes. I have to believe it. If only because it would be the perfect chaos at the end. And that's exactly what One Piece is. It is a perfect bowl of chaos. It is, I spent a decade making Looney Tunes a shonen anime, and not one fucking person called my ass on it until I outright said it. And God, the balls on that man. Whoever is the Oni, or it, must run after other players. If whoever's it catches another player, that player is out. This very simple game is played all around the world, and there exist countless variations. Indeed, it has been the go-to game for children the world over since ancient times. Having said that, I don't think any of us would care to engage in a normal game of tag. Because, well, you're servants. We can't have you unleashing your noble phantasms left and right to catch each other. True. Also, daily reminder, Noble Phantasm is not just a super move, it is just the pinnacle of your legend. Several of them are represented as skills in the game, and a bunch of them, furthermore, simply aren't used, except maybe in cutscenes, if that, and some of them are just on all the time. Noble Phantasm is essentially a fancy word to say superpower here. So, we're going to add a few special rules. Rule the first. One person from each team will be it, and the rest will simply be ordinary players. Actually, I'm curious about something real quick. If I Google and get the wiki for this, Noble Phantasm. Noble Phantasms, or simply precious/treasured tools. Hogu. And Hogu is the more used version of Noble Phantasm. They are simply tools in the kit. It's important to remember that. Each team may decide for themselves who will be it. All players, it or otherwise, may run away or give chase as fast as they're able. Rule the second. Only players from the same team can know who's it on their team. Now don't worry, I'll cast a perception blocking illusion to help. So whoever is it will have their voice and likeness disguised. Let's go a step further and say that breaking the illusion is against the rules. The key thing to keep in mind is even if the players know who on their team is it, once they're out on the playing field, they won't know which is their ally. Nor will the people who are it be able to identify each other. If it's against the rules to break the illusions, that means we'll need to deduce who's it on the other teams? Against the rules, huh? Rule the third. A team loses if all its ordinary players are eliminated, or if their it is caught by another team. Basically, whoever's it is also the team leader. It's a big responsibility. Rule the fourth. It's possible for two its to end up in a draw. Hang on, I get one it catching another. How's a draw work in tag? Let's say one it catches another by touching their back. It's a clear out. But if two people who are it simultaneously tag each other, that would be a draw, and both teams would be out. The final it standing in their team would then win automatically. Alternatively, if all its are eliminated, then the team with the most surviving players would win. If all the its are gone and two or more teams have the same number of survivors, afraid the whole game will end in a draw. Rule the fifth. Players are absolutely forbidden from fighting each other, though they may fight demonic beasts. Does that mean? Correct. This entire building will be our arena, so to speak. And while I'm sure this needn't be said, I'll say it anyway. Killing a demonic beast is strictly prohibited. If we let them gain any more power, the Holy Grail War will be the least of our worries. While I'm on the subject, I'm sure this also goes without saying, noble phantasms and offensive skills are similarly prohibited. She's definitely just been thinking she could use her noble phantasm to win really easily. So only noble phantasms and offensive skills are prohibited, huh? Rule the sixth. Any player who's out, including those who were it, may neither help nor interfere. Sure, none of you need to be told that, but it bears mentioning for clarity's sake. Also, we expect things to get fairly heated, so I'm afraid the Master of Chaldea will have to sit this one out. You'll be staying here with me until it's over. Yeah, that makes sense. Don't worry, we'll be fine on our own. Just wait there with Michael for us to get back. Now I have a map for each team. This building has 9 stories, so I'm going to assign teams A, B, and C to the 2nd, 5th, and 8th floors, respectively. Naturally, I'll keep you all up to date with info about who's been captured. Any questions? Yeah, I got one. Can its just touch someone to tag him, or can you, like, tackle people and stuff, too? I think allowing such roughhousing would just lead to actual fighting. So let's say whoever's it must touch someone with their palm to knock them out of the game. Kicking and such will not be permitted. Yeah, I got it. I got one too. What happens if the players obstruct someone who's it? What do you mean? For example, what if someone dodges an it and in the process bumps into them and knocks them down? I suppose that would depend on whether it was accidental or intentional. I want to say they wouldn't be out. But that would let players just restrain someone's hands and prevent anyone who might be it from tagging anyone. Exactly. Is that allowed? Most definitely not. And now, rule the 7th. Other players are only allowed to touch whoever's it for a cumulative total of 2 seconds. Any longer and they're out. That should make it so players can't restrain an it for alternating seconds on a technicality. Which ought to prevent any issues, yes? Sure does. Any other questions? Doesn't seem like it. Now then, let our game of tag begin. I don't even want to think about all the technicalities these rules can invoke with fucking servants. Team C. Who's gonna be it? Should probably be a fast runner, right? Then it's gotta be Kukulin. I say it should definitely be Kukulin, Alter, or Saito. Guess yes, the key here lies in which team it is the fastest servant. That's definitely not me. I could definitely manage some split-second dodges, but I don't think I'd be great at running over long distances. What do you say, Kukulin? You? Yeah, I got this. For next, we need a strategy. This way is more complicated than ordinary tag. Guess this time for the event is for us to hash out our tactics. Question is, do we all stick together or go our separate ways? What are the advantages of sticking together? If we have to, we could keep our it safe by shielding him ourselves, since we lose instantly if he's caught. We can also only do that a maximum of twice, though, so it only gets us so far. There are downsides to sticking together, too. One thing, it makes it easier for the other teams to find us. We should work out ahead of time what to do when someone spots us. What if we split up from the start, then? I don't think that's a good idea. Our job as normal players is to avoid getting caught by whoever's it. The other team split up, too. It'd be much easier for them to take us out individually. On the sea, the whole reason fish form schools is because there's strength in numbers. Can I say something? Go ahead. I think the most valuable asset in war is information. At least that's what Sister says. So with that in mind, wouldn't sticking together make it harder to gather information? Good point. A lookout makes all the difference in the world. Good thinking, Nobukatsu. Well, of course it is. It is Sister's thinking. Okay, why don't we compromise and split into 2 groups? I'll go with Nobukatsu, Saito, you go with Nemo. Ah, jeez, I have to go with you. Got a problem with that? Of course I do. It seems you forgot about the little gap in our power. And again, I guess there's not a single servant here I could hope to defeat on my own. Yep, which is exactly where you're coming with me. Be ready for me to drag you around by the scruff of your neck. This is exactly what I hate about you warrior types, but fine, I guess it is the only way. Looks like it's you and me then, Nemo. Any of you know any spells to communicate over distances? #1 swordsman in all of Japan, what do you think? No, unfortunately. Rely on technology for comms. Alright, here. Saito, I'm going to give you a comms rune. Of course, it uses magecraft, so the other teams will be able to pick up on that. Only use it when you really have to. Got it. Hang on to it. We sure we can use that? Isn't it against the rules? Rules didn't say you can't use magecraft. Noble phantasms and fighting. Also, offensive skills. But they never said a word about magecraft being off limits, so I'm going to make decisive use of it. Okay. Decisive use? Are you sure about this? It doesn't break any rules, so there's no reason not to use every advantage we can get. And said, what kind of magecraft are you planning to use? I'm not allowed to fight, so any offensive spells are out of the question. What about simple physical enhancements? Oh, then I'd probably end up using Mana Burst by accident. Good question. I can see the sense in enhancing sets, but I don't think either of you needs help there. On the other hand, what about a spell like this? Damn, you serious? It sounds nasty even to me. I like it. Being nearly invincible is the best thing we can hope for. Only problem is it won't take long for the other teams to notice. Nothing we can do about that, but let's not forget they won't be so eager to risk everything right off the bat. Let's make sure we win this game. Never heard you say shit like that, Paracelsus. Hell yeah. I agree. Be great to get one over on Karna and Kukulin for once. You make a good point. Okay, I'm into. It's not like every day we get the luxury of being in a Holy Grail war knowing no one is going to get hurt. It'd be a waste not to go all out. Also, a technicality not covered by the rules, I believe. The illusion covering it is cast by Merlin. There is no rule saying you can't cast illusions on your other team members. I don't think anyone here is super capable of such, but... yeah. Let's kick some Team B and C ass. Meanwhile, the boys. So we agreed to split up to look for the other team's its, trusting our individual strength to see us through. Reasonable tactic, since we can also communicate via Magecraft, but... makes great use of our team's strengths. I think it's a good strategy. I agree, but the make approach would just reduce our chances of success. This plan is only possible because we have such a strong base to work with. I think it's great. Makes full use of our individual abilities. That's true. The make approach for our team would probably just hold us back. Perception blocking. That must be an it. I know I'm not my team's it. The moment we declared ours, he became indistinct and hazy before our eyes. Remember the name, but I can't get a clear look, so I have no way to differentiate the its. It's our team split up. Which is weird. Nobody on the teams went, let me develop a signal so that everybody knows I'm it. I can, like, tap my foot twice before I start moving, or whatever. Of course, we made a plan for just this sort of situation. All I have to do is... no signal. Then it's an enemy. I'll head, upstairs. This is Arjuna. I just ran into the other team mayor sees it. I'm currently trying to make my escape. Karna, I've run into an enemy it as well. Gawain, I've run into an it. Wait. That's too many. One of the its we see must be ours. Mine didn't signal. Neither did mine. Wait. Mine didn't either. Something's not right. The numbers don't add up. This is Arjuna. I just ran into yet another it. One of those its was... at least one of those its, if not multiple, was definitely, doing exactly what I said, in fact. What's going on here? Is that you, Enkidu? This is Enkidu. I'm not near any of you right now. Good job outing yourself. There's Arjuna. Looks like he's facing off with two its. That's right. Well, you are it, and you're here with me. Doesn't that mean all the its are in one place? Afraid not. If there were, there'd be no reason for Arjuna to stand there. All he'd have to do is restrain Team A's it so they couldn't tag anyone and let his team it tag theirs out if it had meant sacrificing himself. He's not doing that, which must mean he doesn't know which is his ally. No. He doesn't even know if his ally is among them. Team A's gotta be behind this. Probably. They must have seen Merlin's spell, analyzed it immediately, and recreated. There it goes, baby! Paracelsus, the only caster here, had to have done it. No one else could have done Magecraft so intricate. Damn, I'm good. Isn't that against the rules? No. It's not. Our rules prohibit the use of noble phantasms and offensive skills. This is neither. Also doesn't affect the balance between the its and the others. Team A consists of Sanson, Paracelsus, Medusa, and Mordred. Spell makes them all seem like they're it, even though only one of them actually is. And three who are only camouflaged can't knock players out of the game even by touching them. Does that about cover it, Merlin? I'd say so. This is great. Thought someone might try something like this. Now things are really getting interesting. Hang in there, Team C. Arjuna Alter mostly figured out what was going on a few seconds after making contact with the enemy. Must be using disguises and Kido isn't here. Possibilities they're using Kukulin's runes. As far as I can recall from the battle records, he could probably use them to create a similar effect. Even if he was attempting to duplicate Merlin's disguise, it'd still be different in noticeable ways. Which means it must be Paracelsus. He's the only one here who could perfectly recreate Merlin's illusions with his own form of Magecraft. It's Team A. Every member of Team A is disguised as it. Can you tell which one is the real it? Probably just disguising their appearance would definitely be against the rules for them all to actually be it. Can't tell the imposters from the real ones. It's a nasty trick. Can't you do anything about it with your runes? Disguise us in the same way? Might be able to change our faces, but it's a far cry from Merlin's Magecraft. I don't get it exactly right, the face would be easy to spot. The disguises are indistinguishable, perfect copies. Only one mage here could pull that off. What do we do about it? We'll just have to lay low for a while. Saito, Nemo, you guys do the same. Looks like teammates got their sights set on B right now. Let's think of a way to counter them while they deal with B. What's up, Dead Prez? Meanwhile, with Team B, all just edging in closer, but they're not coming at me all at once. Maybe that means neither of them is it? No, I can't risk getting caught now. Either one of them could be it. Also can't take my eyes off them or I'll lose track of the differences I've noticed. Only hope right now is in Kidu. They can get here in time and restrain these two. Hey, we're dodging. Seems your disguises truly are perfect. No matter how closely I look, I can't tell you apart from our it. Been good, you know. Surviving, baby, surviving. Fantastic work, Paracelsus. That shook them. No surprise there, though. I don't know if that's because Paracelsus is here, or because I figured out their trick. Team A consists of Paracelsus, Sanson, Mordred, and Medusa. None of them are the type to show visible shock like having a trick uncovered, so one of them must be Paracelsus. I feel like I'm onto something. So close to nailing him, but we're still not there. Just need one more of us to show up. Mordred, Paracelsus, we can do this. Alright. Triangle formations? Someone's coming up behind me. That's Medusa. Must be the real it. He dodged, but it won't be enough. Gotcha. Damn, that's right, I completely forgot. Team A spells a major flaw. Oh, looks like we've got our first victim. Sorry, Arjuna Alter, but you're out of the game. Now that I'm out, I can't contact my teammates to let them know about it. Good luck in Kidu, Gawain, and Karna. Should have opened your mouth while you were moving, big fella. Speaking is a free action. So you were the first victim, huh? Arjuna. I have no excuse. I was careless. You did the best you could. Why do I smell formic acid? I don't like that. Sorry, for the uninitiated, formic acid is mostly the type of acid that ants like using. Which means if you smell it, there are probably ants somewhere, whether they're dying or fighting. Which I don't usually have. Which makes that a really weird smell to smell. Okay. Guess I'll have to keep my peepers open. Thank you, Master. I'm sorry I was the first to be disqualified. What a shameful display. By the way, Merlin, may I ask you something? It's about Team A. Not the cutaway. Yep, you're right. It's a great strategy they came up with, but there is one glaring flaw. I see. And of course, how they cover up that flaw is what's going to decide the game's winner. Oh, Master of Chaldea, Arjuna. Looks like it's Team C making contact with A this time. And that's not all. Hey, yo. Understood. We've got the situation mostly figured out. Hot on our heels right now, but so far we're doing okay. Well, that's not good. Never mind, just our luck we'd run into some of those demonic beasts right now. Got demonic beasts up ahead, presumably another team's hit behind us. Looks bad. What do we do? Should we try to clear a path forward, or what's behind us? Forward. Why's that? Would you be mad if I said it was just a hunch, Captain? No, I trust your hunches. Always a good reason. Well, if I'm being honest, partly a gamble too. Shall we? Let's. Yep, there's that restricted formation, baby. We love the challenge. The challenge. Alright. All Berserkers, good. Middle and back are probably the first two. This is an all-party ride, right? Yes. Okay. So I know when I want to use that. Go ahead and pop that just in case. Not a great turn for that, but could work for a bit. The defense up will be important because it's Berserkers. Let's pop this anyway. Saito could actually tear her, so let's let him do his thing. Half health ain't bad. Or 2/3 closer. Okay. Now it's a Nemo turn. I think we let him have that.
見えてる聞こえ見えてる雷撃て
Bonk.
こっちこっち
Alright, big one's out. Wow, it Wimdy. Practicing medicine. Nani? Oh, there's some in the back. Okay. Well, let's get the second shot talk anyway.
見えてる聞こえてる
Okay. Shot talk again then. Move it up a little bit. 75, okay. Three debuffs. Well, only one thing to do in such a situation.
ベルト聞こえてる見えてる
I've chosen violence.
最終確認変更
Oh, this is the first time I've used
大
this?
体いいです。
大体いけるぜ
大体バッチリ。ノーコメントです。
No comment.
当たって砕けろグレートラムノーチャンス
Y'all ever decided the best way to solve your problems was by ramming somebody with a sub?
発進
Lord knows I haven't.
負ける勝負はしない主義で無敵ってなそういうことさ
Alrighty. Alright, they're gone. Thanks for the help, Sanson. Hey, yeah, that support we had. Oh, that was the heal. Could only be Sanson. Of course, just the fact that he didn't come after us when we had our backs turned proves he's not it. Damn, can't believe you figured it out. Guess I shouldn't have helped you fend off those demonic beasts after all. Maybe, but I just knew the Sanson from Chaldea wouldn't be able to resist. So you gambled on me being just as selfless as my counterpart in Chaldea? That's right. You really get me. Still, since neither of you were it, looks like this encounter amounts to a draw. Not quite. Huh? Gotcha, bitch. Sorry, Executioner. Samson from TAA is now out. Time for you to leave. Damn, guess I shouldn't have stuck around. Alright, one down. So both Team A and B have lost someone. Does put us on top for the moment, but also makes us a bigger target. Should spread out. While we're at it, let's swap partners. Saito, you come with me, Nobukatsu with Nemo. Why? So you can use this as decoys? Yep, not gonna win if we aren't willing to make sacrifices. Saito and I can deal with the demonic beast faster. No one else left who'd forget the game and help us out if we need it, like Sanson did. Roger that. We'll have to distract the other teams by drawing plenty of attention. Fine then, I'll make a bigger splash than a whale in the shoals. Thanks, counting on you. Okay, Nemo, let's go. I love this. There's vibes in this team. Think those two will be okay? No. Both A and B are down a player. Right now, we're the only ones with our full starting lineup. Yeah, the other player's definitely going to go after him. As long as they can hold out, we should have plenty of chances to catch other guys. Let's go. Got it. No, well, it's fine. I have no regrets. Thanks for helping them, Sansa. Haha, you're quite welcome. Guess this means you owe me one. Now both A and B are down a player, which means we can make a good guess as to how they're going to react. It's time to see you out of the game. Maybe blindingly obvious choice. Let's focus Team C. If we lose one more teammate, we'll be the ones with targets on our backs. Let's go after Team C. Yeah. Now that Sanson's out, we'll be in deep shit if we lose another guy. Like they say, the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. Wait, does that work here? I hate that saying. Why? Oh, because you don't like being so tall. Well, hey, if it makes you feel any better, I think being tall is nice. Paracelsus. Do you have any spells that can let someone swap bodies with a third party, particularly someone who uses their innocence as a shield to say thoughtlessly cruel things? I could probably come up with something. But swapping bodies usually results in a substantial reduction in power, so I can't recommend it. Makes sense. Don't worry, I didn't mean it. Huh? Why is she mad? I don't get it. Whatever. Okay, we'll ignore Team B for now, even if we come across and focus on the 3 players from Team C. Let's go. Yikes. I can feel bloodlust all the way over here. They're definitely all after us now. We're like minnows being targeted by sharks, or sharks being targeted by orcas. It's hopeless. No way you and I can win on our own. If we both get disqualified, Team C will be... Hang on. Things do play out that way. Team A and B will both have 3 guys, so we'll be left with 2. When that happens, A and B would go after each other since they'll have advantage again. Once A or B are numbers disadvantage. Same thought as you. Things could work out well for us if that happens, but you don't think they will? Don't know. All I can say for sure is this decoys need to buy as much time as we can. Let's do it. Team A's weakness is probably the fact that Paracelsus is it. What, because of his mage grab disguises? Yep. Obviously, anyone in other team's it tags is out. But if Paracelsus gets ousted, he can't keep disguising his team or they'll be breaking Rule 6. Like it was once you're out, you can neither help nor interfere. Yeah. So of course, Team A's going to do everything they can to keep him safe. That means we can be sure he's their it. Knowing that, we can work out what they're going to do. So we're going to go after Paracelsus to take him down, even if we have to use Nobukatsu and Nemo to lure him out. Go even better if Teams B Id was out of the picture first. Oh no, Paracelsus is heaving. You okay there, Paracelsus? A little winded. Not just that. You're also casting these disguise spells on us while running around this fairly large building. Oh yeah, it's just the building set to collect magical energy. You're keeping your own physical enhancements to a bare minimum, aren't you? Yes, I am. I'm so sorry, there simply wasn't any other way. Why don't we take a short break? No, we shouldn't. I don't see our advantage holding for much longer. It's very likely the other teams have figured out I am it. Other teams have most probably chosen their strongest servant as their it. In our case, however, our strategy dictated that I must be it. Probably won't be long now before Teams B it tags 2 of C's players. At that point, the line between humiliating loss and a come-from-behind victory for us would be quite fine. And I'd certainly like to win. Of course we're going to come from behind. Pause? Pause? I agree. Honestly, I'm rather fired up about this myself. I swear on these glasses I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. At whatever cost necessary. Yo, this cutscene is hilariously long, actually. There you are. Man, how much stamina does this guy have anyway? You're going nowhere. Karna, damn, we're cut off at both ends. Crap. Looks like this is it. Gotcha. Can't believe y'all got simultagged. You're both whack as hell. As much time as we could. Now we'll just have to hope it was enough for the other 2. Oh. And it. Were they from A or C? Though it could be one of A's in disguise. So they're making a run for it. Okay, I'll go after them. May not be able to use my noble phantasm or skills, but I'm still a fast runner. I mean, it's true, Enkidu is kind of cracked. And it chasing another it. This one being chased must be one of A's players in disguise. Now I'll go after a player being chased, or the it doing the chasing. Obviously, I should go after the chaser. Once I get them, their whole team will be disqualified. Wait for it. Now! Got you. Really are fast, Enkidu. Every bit as quick to take action as your reputation suggests. Which is why we had to work as a team to defeat you. Damn it! The one who was chasing wasn't it. It was one of A's ordinary players. So that must mean... Gotcha. Medusa from Team A and Enkidu from Team B are both out. Thanks for playing. Something mildly infuriating about that saccharine tone of his. You got me good. And so Team B is out of the game. Karna, Gawain, that means you too. See, the weird part is, I honestly don't find this very interesting. Because the way this game and scene are formatted forces servants to essentially all but be regular characters in a lot of aspects. And that doesn't take great advantage of what makes them interesting. Yeah, there's not even really much personality clashing or anything going on. There's like no actual development. It's just kind of a vague nothing burger of stuff happens to an end. I feel like you could skip to the end of this cutscene and literally lose nothing. I don't think this was a great choice because it doesn't intrigue the player and it doesn't form an intriguing situation for the characters. I don't feel like this was... I feel like it's a good way to fill space. I feel like, especially as a longer cutscene, like you were saying, Brandon, I don't think this does any good for the event as a whole. This definitely drags a bit too much and has no real, actual interesting meat to it. Like, even then, no parts of this are going to have any really lasting consequences. So, it's just vague nothing. Now our team's just us two. Sure, so our advantage is essentially gone now. Last player left is that Saito Hajime guy. Sword fighter from the Far East, yes, I'm sure he's far more athletic than me. It's gonna come down to a battle of grit. Not a word I usually associate with myself, but in this case, I like it. Let's do this thing. John Madden. That was an ordeal. Sorry, everyone. Should have been more careful. Not at all. I would have fallen for that, too. Going after the one being chased just wasn't an option. We were made to think it wasn't an option, rather. Chin up, Enkidu. You weren't that much help either. Thank you. That's kind of you to say. Only 4 left, huh? Something wrong, Karna. I need to step out for one moment. Would you come with me, Arjuna? Hold on. May I, Master? Yeah. Do your thing, bro. Alright then, be back soon. What is it? Something off about the demonic beasts. I guess their other heroic spirits haven't noticed because they're too caught up in the game. Something off? I want to take a closer look at them, but I also don't want to get in the way of the game. I want you to help me investigate them quietly. Let's go then. Thank you. Glad you understand. Never thought I'd see the day you and I would investigate an office building together. Fate certainly has a way of surprising you, doesn't it? Ah, title card. I can use that on Twitter. I'm screenshotting that. I'm hella screenshotting that, brother. Fate? Fate certainly has a way of surprising you, doesn't it? It's almost like there's some kind of grand order to it all. I had to. That it does. If you told my younger self I'd be doing this one day, I don't think he would have believed you. Let's just chalk it up to the glasses and leave it at that. Good idea. It's all thanks to the glasses. Whoa. That was close. Guess you're Paracelsus then, which means the it is chasing down must be Mordred. Yeah, no caster could take off running like that. Saito, you still hanging in there? More or less. Alright, keep it up a little longer while I tag the last one. Why are you challenging Mordred instead of going for Paracelsus? Bro, take your easy dub. The man I'm chasing after continues to evade me as I run after him. Hate that I have well below average stamina for heroic spirit. Growing more and more exhausted, gasping for breath, sweat sticking to my hair to the skin. I know I'm doing something ridiculous in an already ridiculous situation, and yet this is still the wisest course. We're not injuring, killing, dying, or fighting. Well, I suppose we may be technically doing the latter. As I'm not a warrior by any measure, there's only so much I can do in a physical conflict. But even though it's all so exhausting, it's all too good-natured and invigorating to call a battle. Back from G&G and Honkai Star Rail. I love that you had to say the whole title. Yeah, they'll come back. Ah, yes, I did indeed return from the Honkai Star Rail from MiHoYo Corporation. How'd it go, Lizardoni? I can do that too. First, Mordred was running around every which way in that room. Now they're out in the hallway. They have some kind of plan, or are they just playing things by ear? It's a plan, then. Saito, where are you right now? 7th floor hallway. Paracelsus is on my tail, but so far I haven't had much trouble shaking him. Same floor as me, so that means they're trying to trade places. You can hear their footsteps, so they gotta be close. They're planning to trade places at the hallway corner, so Paracelsus can surprise me. Interesting. They can get me like that, go ahead and try. I was a cockroach. My whole team but Jabbar died in my Nihility run. Should not have won, but I did. Simply win anyway. Just carry the dub. I'm at the corner. Let's do this. Got it. Now. Whoa. Saito just jumped over my head. No way they can catch him now. Once I catch the last player on the team, we'll win. Huh? Okay, now that we all look like we're it, let me give you this just in case. Sense it? Your coat. Like I said, just in case. Anything we're not wearing on our person isn't affected by the it disguise, yes? That's right, I assume it's the same for the illusion. So I thought if you have to, you can take off my coat and throw it over someone's head to surprise and blind them. No, you really think there'd be a situation like that's necessary? Probably not. Oh my god, I can't believe Sanson was the gamer all along. Thank you, Sanson. Now all we need to do is... get off me! Damn it, now Mordred's here too. Which one's the real it? Moment of truth, they look the same to me, but... I can still tell which one Paracelsus is. He's the one who looks like he's about to collapse. It's over! Would you, Mordred? You got it, Paracelsus. What? 2 seconds. All the players are only allowed to touch whoever's it for a cumulative total of 2 seconds. They still got the full 2 seconds to hold him down. Which means he can't tag anyone out for 2 whole seconds. Do it! Got you. Absolutely clown-shaped. All Kuhulin had to do was just back up. There was no reason for him to go in, and he knows it. They're playing against a caster whose stamina is already rock bottom. All you had to do was back up and force them to shake their own formation. You absolute clown character, you deserved this. Kuhulin Alter is out. Team C is lost and A wins. Truly exhausting. Way to go, Paracelsus. That was awesome. Oh, there he goes. There goes Bones. Ow. Ow. Please stop that, Mordred. You're hurting me. Oh, oops. Damn, it feels good to win, though, huh? I'm sorry. Oh, it's a fine. Nice work out there. Damn it, this sucks. They played the rules like a fiddle. What do you mean, like a fiddle? That was the most basic play in the book. Both you and Saito were morons, but mostly you. You had the most arbitrary control over that situation, and you still fucked up. Even if they're holding you, you can still move. Like, hold on. I have to check this now. I have to see the stat book on this one. I'm going to search Ku Walter. Look up his statistics. So he has an A in strength and an A+ in agility. If I look at Mordred's, B+ in strength, B in agility. You got by someone distinctly weaker than you because you sucked in the moment. There's no way around it. You're just a whole-ass guaranteed moron, Kuwalter. Like, literally, you shouldn't got to grab that hard. You should have just tagged him out. You should have been able to maneuver their body to get in the way of Paracelsus. There is no fucking way. And you can't even say he's a Zerk, because that influenced his initial decision. He still should have been able to muscle the situation into his favor. And that's also discounting the fact that they have openly and repeatedly said that the glasses are suppressing a bunch of their more aggressive natures in here. It's absolutely full writer tomfoolery right now. Isn't it against the rules to deliberately interfere like that, though? Maybe, but not so sure. Looked to us like Mordred just happened to run into him when they turned around at that corner. Of course it did, and as for us, forget it. Not gonna whine on a technicality when we obviously lost. Oh, I see. Guessing you were counting on him reacting like that too? And the winners return! Got no problem with our victory, right? Nah, you beat us fair and square. Suddenly feels so much lighter. What are you talking about? We still got another game to win. Would you mind if I left that one to the rest of you? I could use a break. Hang in there. On that note, I would like to get to the next game, but it seems Karna and Arjuna Alter have yet to return. Master, we have an emergency. What? All of you come with us. Bro, please end the cutscene. I'm begging you. We're even shifting to a completely different subject. Holy fuck. This is a bad sign. A very bad sign. Is that... Yes, it's almost definitely blood. Apparently the demonic beasts have started eating each other. Is that bad? Normally it would be great, since they would be doing the work of culling their numbers for us. But here, the fewer beasts they are, the stronger those that remain become. As far as we can tell, their ability to absorb their opponent's power still works when they eat each other. Now they're on the verge of transforming from demonic to phantasmal beasts. So, this is something that I do like about this event. This is probably one of the two things I like about this event. The first thing I like is the entire premise of servants not just being able to aggressively servant their problems away. That was a phenomenal premise until they started turning it into regular servant-re-servant games. Then it started to get drawn out with this. I'm going to say it's mostly tag. Turtle Soup is at least interesting for the player. But the premise is phenomenal here. I love that they just can't aggressively, why doesn't Arjuna just Mahapralaya the whole building? It would make things worse. The other thing I like about this is there is a very good gameplay and story congregation rather than division. Because the situation is actively progressing to be worse in a way that lines up with the game's progression. What I mean by that is, as time goes on in the event, the enemies are getting stronger, so the free quests that release are getting stronger makes sense. And then, with this additional development of them reducing their numbers during the process, makes stuff like the 90+ node even more viable as a concept. It's very cute. I like that. It's going to make things much more difficult. The only way to fend them off now is to kill them with our noble phantasms. Wait, hold on. Isn't that a bad idea? If we do that, they'll take our power too, right? That's right. So we can't drive them off, we can't afford to lose to them, and we can't risk beating them either. So we're stuck. Alright, I see how it is. For the moment, I'll buy us some time with an illusion. Then we get to work brainstorming a solution. Illusion solution. My favorite. No. No, not that huge cutscene and then another one. No. No. Next one's way sure doesn't matter. It's blatantly a no battle to boot. You can't do this. That's illegal. That sucks. Why do you suck? I hate when they do the longest cutscene in the universe into a no battle mode. It's absolutely disrespectful. They're huckleberrying my time. Not even my time, just my general reading stamina, really. Reading stamina is such an underrated stat for a lot of Fate players, because there's how long you can read something and maintain a coherent amount of information from it, and then as a streamer, this is also like, if you're reading really intensely, you can get short of breath. It is so possible, if you're into it and voice acting, to wear yourself down much faster than you would just reading it in your head. You can't do this to me. This is social violence. I can't stand this. What the heck? Can't believe they've chosen violence against me. This is an outrage. Man, I didn't even realize Akira Toriyama was just 68 too. That sucks. Manga artists really just burn the candle at both ends. I wonder when they're going to talk a bit more about his health during this, because acute subdermals usually have symptoms. I wonder if he just got one of the really rare ones that just snap happen and takes you out. Because it's possible, but a lot of the time you'll have like headaches and nausea and other symptoms of a bleed happening in your brain. I do kind of like this track, by the way. This combat track is kind of nice. Doesn't do too much, doesn't do too little. That's a good-ass retweet. Sistio found a good-ass retweet. I love the meta retweets, baby! And now it's time for me to steal credit for Sistio's hard work. Oh no, wait, somebody already got this. Yoink. Fuck you, Midas. Fuck you, Midas. It's okay, I can steal credit for it everywhere else. They can't stop me. Most I've ever retweeted on Twitter? Yeah, what the fuck? You didn't even retweet my going live post, bro. What the hell? You logged on and only favorited the tweet. I see how it is, Sistio. I see how it is. Absolutely razzing you. Never RT advertisements. Change your policy exclusively for me. Oh, that's fucked up. I love it, but it's so fucked up. This is definitely a 4chan post or something, but it's... God. International Women's Day is cancelled on account of the death of Akira Toriyama. Women, please understand men need this time to mourn. Thank you. God. God. Honestly, just don't say that. Don't say that. Think of the Fujos and Vegeta. Hold on. Sistio couldn't find this retweet. I have to find it for him. I have to do his job for him. Oh no. My internet is shitting itself, or at least Twitter is shitting itself. The images aren't loading. The images aren't loading. Okay, we're so back. We're alive again. Twitter has sorted itself. Alright. Alright, that's a different image that I have to send to a different friend, because I feel like that would get them on a spiritual level, and that's what I'm about here. Okay. Come on, it's gotta be here somewhere. Okay, it's not too far, because these are the Sistio retweets that I just saw in the Discord. Which means I have to be on top of things at this point. Can't be too far. That's a funny Ring meme post that just won't survive because it's today, and that's really sad. Because Ring meme posts are either really good or really bad. There is no in between. Come on. Come on. I know you're not far. I remember seeing your ass right here. Ammo. Actually, it might have been way earlier in the day, but I remember the exact post I'm thinking of. I remember it too well. Ordinarily, my timeline doesn't move that fast. I would have found it by now, but Toriyama. Like, it is really something to have even the fucking Final Fantasy XIV shitposts on my timeline blown the fuck out. And honestly, breath of fresh air. Even in passing, Akira Toriyama has done something great for me. Even if only for like 2 or 3 days, tops. If this goes on for a week, I will be both legitimately impressed and like, kind of revved. Alright, that's some funny ass shit, actually. I probably can't... this isn't the sort of thing I'd probably want to post in my Twitter, but... or in my Discord, but this is kind of funny. Alright. Anything else? Anything else? I'm so mad. It's rapidly turning into that one case of, I saw this one thing that's extremely relevant this one time on the internet, and now I can't find it to save my entire asshole. What's funny? You'll never know. The joke is only for the truly inner circle. It is forbidden knowledge. It wasn't that funny. It was a passing hee-hee-ho-ho at best. There it is, I fucking found it. Ah, if I go to Discord and it's not in there already, I'm roasting this man. It's over for him. I've stolen. Literally in the same minute. Literally in the same minute. And I'm still roasting him. Watch him. I'm deleting his post just on Discord to post it right now. God. Imagine if I became the villain. I could do it too. It is. I am impressed every day at my actual level of restraint. I could choose to be the villain at any moment, and no one would truly be able to stop me.
一世一代の大仕掛け水天幕府大屏風負ける牽制何するものだこれぞ武蔵の戦なりいよ傷も滴るいい女
Wait, what? What's going on here? What is this name? Not invisible. Failed comp. That's so sad. They put you as boss of the pack, and it's just your name as he fucked up. That's so wrong. They did not have to do that Soul Eater like that at all. I wait for the discourse about shit talk but pulls an answer again. I would know, I didn't play Persona 3. And it came out as a remake at the exact time I was too broke to play it, baby. Stick with me and you'll find out. Alright, buddy. He says as he proceeds to become a non-entity streamer again. Alright, buddy. If you quit before this is done, I'll find you. I'll send a fox to pee on all of your gunpla. Don't you dare let me down now. Now there are stakes. Alright, who do I actually have here? Let's grab this. Also, important note about this event. You may or may not have done reading, so I will remind everyone. These funny money tickets up here, these ones right here, are only usable during the event, and only to unlock these costumes, meaning that you do not have to pay materials for the costumes, specifically during this event's time frame. If you don't unlock these, you might suffer. They do not expire, really? Because that's what it literally said that as you came into the event, that they will only last until the end of the event. That's what it said. It said after these run out, you have to like buy them with materials. So unless that's a mistranslation, I'm okay with it being a mistranslation, don't get me wrong. But I'm also not about to play odds with it. I also don't have many of these. No, I'm out of cool binders. You can buy this though. Do you have a source on that Sonic Random, by the way? Just so I have something to point people at. That only lasts 2 weeks? Oh yeah, it's one of the shorter ones. Short, quotation marks. It's got 6 days more. Do I actually have anyone that's relevant for? Don't think so. Nope. Everybody's maxed. Lamau. What do I have that's ready for us? Oh, it's probably the 2 kindnesses. Yeah. What do the costumes look like? It's literally just glasses. Aside from pulling up my JP for you to look at, don't have anything you can use to convince you unless you know how to bring the ticket info back up. I mean, even a screenshot works just fine, yeah. As long as it's working on your end. Unlock about it with ticket. See, I don't want to unlock this on Mordred, because the problem is, it'll make her Final Ascension art not this by default, and that makes me sad. So, assuming Sonic Brandon is correct, I don't have to do that. This I don't mind replacing, because I feel like this is just the most Lupin the Third, but also terrible angle Final Ascension art. I hate that that button doesn't take you back to the menu, it takes you out to the other thing, but whatever. Do I care about this? Not really. Send it. Okay. Scroll, fool. I am not replacing Medusa. Do I want to replace Supercarna? Abso-fucking-lutely. Supercarna is decent, but this is just built different. Hey, fuck March so far from me. It's literally 8 days in, my guy. You are literally like 25% through. You gotta bring it back. You gotta bring it back. What's up, David? Let's see. What else is getting replaced? Probably Paracelsus. Okay, and who else? Do I like Merlin's final? Yeah, I like Merlin's final art too much to send him to either of these two. I like this art too much. I think we're good. Okay. Alright, we got at least one more cutscene in here. Let's get it going. Alrighty. Order is essential to everything. There's an ancient logic puzzle that has existed since at least the 9th century called a river crossing puzzle. A farmer purchased a wolf, a goat, and a cabbage at the market. Why did he purchase a wolf? How? The farmer needs to transport his purchases to his home, across a river by boat. But there's a problem. Only the farmer can row the boat, and there's only enough room to transport one of his purchases at a time. Should the farmer leave the wolf and the goat alone, the wolf will eat the goat. Likewise, if the farmer leaves the goat and the cabbage alone, the goat will eat the cabbage. Farmer must always cross the river with the boat both ways. Most efficient solution to this problem involves 3 round trips and a single one-way trip. Done right, it's possible to safely transport everything across the river by moving the boat 7 times. I don't think I have this one in my head. Because you can't leave wolf and goat alone. You can't leave goat and cabbage alone. Which means the first to go across should be goat, logically. But then you can't leave goat with either of these on the other side is the issue. If you take... Yeah, there's like... How do you not get checkmated by this? This is weird. Because moving goat leaves wolf and cabbage, which is safe. And then you get to the other side, you deposit goat, come back, everything's the same. You now have wolf and cabbage here, and goat on the other side. So if you transport cabbage, and then leave to go get wolf, goat will eat the cabbage. If you transport wolf, and go to get the cabbage, wolf will eat goat. Oh, God. You can bring the goat back with you. So you transport the goat. Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't think about being able to move things multiple times, yeah. So you transport the cabbage, and then drop that over there. You transport... No, sorry. You transport the goat. You leave the goat over there. Transport the cabbage. You deposit the cabbage. You take the goat back. You deposit the goat. You take the wolf. Put the wolf over with the cabbage. And then you come back, grab the goat, deposit the goat. You're good to go. Final game involves a similar yet very different problem. There are no return trips. Nothing can be put back where it was. We will need to think carefully about which abilities to transport and which to sacrifice. Get the order wrong, we will be remembered as the fools who sparked the apocalypse. Let's hope this break room's still in working order. Looks like it is, so what's going on, Merlin? I'd like to hear from Kukulin Alter right now. What do you make of the demonic beasts eating each other? It's great they're cutting their numbers down for us. But that's right. It's easy to overlook this point, especially since we are already referring to it as them eating each other. But this is a battle for survival, so the last one standing wins. We're all intimately familiar with such things, aren't we? Chipped my tooth last night? Bro, what are you eating? Are you biting ice? I know so many people that chew ice, and it's still a bad idea. How'd you do it? You trip? What happened? What's the story? You mean Holy Grail War? Right. Their cannibalism has ended up serving as the ritual for manifesting the Holy Grail. May not have been the happenstance, they might well have been doing it on purpose. Otherwise, I can't see why they wouldn't have started eating each other before now. A ritual to manifest the Holy Grail, huh? Found another Dragon Ball related shitpost? Yeah. We got the good shit. Made a mosaic of all Vegeta L's in chronological order? This is so unnecessary and disrespectful. Bro. Bro. This is so unnecessary. What about it? How did they learn about the Holy Grail War in the first place? They couldn't have arrived at cannibalism just by observing what we've been doing here. We weren't actually fighting each other. And we definitely weren't killing and eating one another. Been eating soup smoothie this whole week? How you crack your tooth then? What you do? Leads me to thinking they must have already known the mechanism for making a Holy Grail manifest. And if they did it, maybe they intend to complete the ritual by reducing their own numbers, or ultimately coming to wipe us all out. Your line of reasoning makes sense, but if you're right, that would also mean they're much smarter than we had assumed, less shark and more orca. You really think those demonic beasts are so intelligent? Probably yes, for that matter. Bad feeling? Ah, that'd explain it. Not even your fault, that's just karma seeking you out. You've hit one too many puppies on the side of the road, David. Now it's your time. Remember the mage's message warning of the beast going berserk? I think that might be because they made the beast too smart. The beasts were given intelligence and power, which let them learn how to take it for themselves and understand what a Holy Grail is. Now that they've realized that we're not going to kill each other, they've started holding their own sort of Holy Grail. We gotta do something about this. It's bad enough the Holy Grail is feeding the magical energy. But a bloodless Holy Grail war has brought it one step closer to manifesting. If it does, it'll be capable of granting just about any wish. What do you think these demonic beasts would wish for? You know what? Never mind. I can imagine plenty of stuff, and it's all terrible. Prosperity, longevity, power. When you get right down to it, mundane human desires aren't much more than their instinctual needs as living creatures. Now that these beasts have begun to think for themselves, they're definitely going to wish for the same things. And if they get their wish, it'll be a damn catastrophe. Those things flourish and grow strong, they'll eventually start using their brains. Then it won't be long before they're thinking stuff like, why share this planet with other intelligent life? We ought to be ruling. That sounds worse than some of the stuff I've seen in sci-fi horror films. But I think you're right. Okay, now that we all get the gist of what's going on here, let's get to the big question. How are we going to defeat them? Actually, I have something else to say about that. Medusa, you lost your power when you killed one of them, right? Right. Then they took that power and misused it for their own much weakened version of your petrifying Mystic Eyes. Or when Arjuna and I fended off some of the beasts earlier, Mystic Eye power they were using had grown markedly stronger. Oh no. That's right, in the worst scenario I can imagine. They're cannibalizing one another also makes the abilities they stole strong. Definitely possible. I can only hypothesize, but if I'm correct about what is happening, they could be trying to concentrate these mystics in one place rather than leaving them spread out and diluted. This thing's getting stronger is about the worst thing that could happen. Reminded me of a curse from the east I heard about, called Kadoki. They fill a clay pot with venomous creatures and wait for them to kill each other so they can harvest the strongest one. Excuse me, could I say something? What you got, Mickey boy? I was just thinking that, embarrassment aside, I can't afford to keep my true name to myself anymore. Because if the demonic beasts are growing stronger as a result of stealing my power, then I need to tell all of you about that power if we're going to stop them. I see. So they took your power too, just like they did Medusa's mystics. That's right. Well, here goes. My true name is Konstantinos. Konstantinos the 11th Dragasis Palaiologos. I am the last emperor of the Byzantine Empire, and the one responsible for the walls of Constantinople that protected my people. But the demonic beast stole my bulwark ability. In simple terms, they're really, really sturdy now. Wow, that was simple terms. Thank you, but it doesn't change the fact I'm incredibly embarrassed things have come to this. Anyway, though, that aside, Medusa, would you mind if I asked you a favor? Okay, what is it? Would you take a quick peek at the demonic beasts out there cannibalizing each other? I know you can't fight them off with your power gun, but I think you're probably also the only one here who's resistant to their petrifying mystic eyes since they originally belonged to you. Good point. I can't do much against other mystic eyes, but I should be able to deal with my own. I'll go take a look. Thank you. I see, so it's all about finding the right order. What are you muttering about over there? Oh, I was just thinking about how, if the demonic beasts continue to eat each other, the last one left will be stronger than we were expecting. Naturally, we have to find a way to defeat them, but if we use our noble phantasms to do so and fail, they'll take our powers from us and leave us less to work with, but they'll get stronger. If we can kill them, great, but if we can't, we're screwed. I was the first to defeat some of their number is truly unfortunate. Thanks to that, they, or maybe just one of them by this point, have very high defense. They're definitely tough enough to hold out until the very last moment. Then there's no way we'll be able to defeat them without our noble phantasms. Quite the conundrum. Of course, I can't imagine the demonic beasts are capable of fully utilizing every bit of power from every one of our noble phantasms. If they could, they would be well beyond the realm of demonic beasts, but knowing how much they can use them is worrying. Or rather, if we can rule out destroying them by using all of our noble phantasms at once. Why is that? I know you're all weakened right now, but between you, Gawain, Karna, and Arjuna, I don't see how anything could withstand the full force of a combined attack. Might be right, but if we succeeded, where would all that energy go? For all we know, it'd blow up the whole building and us with it. At that point, the Holy Grail will be the last thing on our minds. Might work as a last resort to prevent the worst case scenario, but it's definitely not the best solution. You're right, Kuhulin Alter. Thank you. That's an excellent point. Indeed, and that's why we need to carefully consider the order of our next actions. This will be our final game. Everyone, I know this is a lot to ask, but could you share your noble phantasms and skills with us? Specifically things like Konstantinos' bulwark or Medusa's mystic eyes. Basically, I want you all to think about which of your skills the beast would want to take from you. Even a guess will do. The order in which we use them will be crucial, so we all need to consider this together. I'm back. Looks like they're down to about 10 land, sea, and flying beasts. They're also still eating each other. I'm not sure if they'll end up as a single entity, or if they'll maintain an equilibrium with one of each type. If I had to guess, I'd say it'd be the latter. So it'll probably come to a battle against the last three. Then we'll have to assign the right servants to deal with each. Let's start by going over all of our abilities. No, there's no point in keeping to our teams anymore, but since we already have them, why don't we go in team order? Sensen, Paracelsus, Mordred, and Medusa, would you mind starting us off? Power's already been taken, so I don't have anything to add. Understood. Alright. As a heroic spirit, the keywords that describe me are healing ability and executioner. They're both core abilities and occupations for me, not to mention intrinsic parts of who I am. Think if one of my abilities would be stolen, it would be that from that list. For demonic beasts, they'd probably prefer my healing to my execution. In some ways, executions are tied to ethics. It's not an execution without the concept of crime. I have magecraft, especially alchemy and elemental conversion magecraft, and capable of controlling the 5 elements. Don't know to what extent the beast would be able to make use of those skills, but if they were able to create a Philosopher's Stone, it would make things much, much worse. I guess it'd be my mana burst. For a temporary power-up, it's pretty damn strong. Having those demonic beasts fly at us with the speed of sound would be a nightmare. Okay. You, Team B? My power to be stolen. Probably be either Noble Phantasm, Galatine, or my special ability, Numeral of the Saint. Former lets me project the sun's rays, and the latter uses the sun's energy to boost my abilities. Don't mess with Gawain when the clock strikes noon, or his triple Drax strength will knock you straight to the moon. Mordred, when in the world did you come up with that ditty? Yikes, it'd be very bad if the enemy had access to a power. Mine is similar. If the enemy were to steal my power, it would undoubtedly be the golden armor I received from the God of the Sun. As for my spear, hard to say. I'd like to think no one but me could effectively wield the spear or armor. But even putting that aside, my intuition tells me that beasts would go for my armor over my spear. Me, I'd expect it to be my clairvoyance. Even if they did take my phantasm, they'd be more likely to kill themselves than use it against us, since the very concept of anti-evil is probably difficult for them to understand. I think they'd almost certainly go with my much more straightforward clairvoyance. That leaves me. I very much doubt they'd be able to use my Anima Elish. So if they were to steal something from me, it'd probably be perfect form, my ability to regenerate using the Earth's energy. That just leaves Team C. For me, it's a safe bet they'd take my Noble Phantasm, Corrid Concaine. Unfortunately, demonic beasts would have no trouble using it. I'm almost positive they'd go for that over Gabolg. My Noble Phantasm is the Nautilus. Pretty sure the divine demonic beast would be able to use it. Power of Triton the Merman is another matter. Provides a blessing when embarking on trips to unfamiliar lands. Could well help them escape. My case is probably my swordsmanship. It's all I can think demonic beasts would want from me. I don't think there'd be anything useful they could take from me. Any power I have exists solely for Sister's sake. Good. Thank you all for being so forthcoming. Well then, Master of Chaldea. These are all extremely powerful abilities, and even just having one could be stolen could be fatal. I have a bad feeling that some combinations of these would be especially dangerous. Now that everyone's told us about themselves, did any combination stand out to you? I think Karna and Gawain is troublesome, but it's just a power-up. I think Nemo and Kidu is the scariest, because Nemo would allow them to escape, and Kidu would allow them the hardiness to escape and recover. So it would make them getting away much, much more likely, and if they get away, things just get worse progressively the longer they're able to do it. So Nemo's inclination to travel far and wide, paired with Enkidu's ability to absorb energy from the Earth. We don't have to worry about that. No way they'd be able to use my skill better than I can. Wait, could they maybe use Triton's power to make up for that deficiency? Would definitely be a disaster if those creatures got out into the world. I think there's more immediately dangerous combination. Karna and Gawain. Yeah, I'm not worried about the immediacy because I'm confident in our overall combat power. The worst case scenario is definitely, for me, they take Nemo and they take Enkidu. They escape and then they just start eating every other Phantasmal. Because then that creates a ladder effect where we're chasing after them trying to stop them. They have a great escape ability and the ability to take power from anywhere on the planet just by touching the land. So all of that becomes a hot fucking mess very quickly. Karna and Gawain is essentially a head-to-head confrontation, which I'm far more confident in winning. Escape, the team is not built for chases, let alone if we lose those powers. Our team can absolutely slobber knock the shit out of someone at some point. Our team catching something that doesn't want to be caught with extremely good powers to sustain themselves for a long chase, ideal worst scenario. Karna has armor with the power of the Sun God. Gawain has a skill that uses the sun to triple the user's abilities. Sounds like the worst combination to me. I'm sure there are other bad combinations, but it sounds like Karna and Gawain's would be the most dangerous. Does that mean we can't join this fight? Not at all, it's only your combination of abilities that would be a problem. It means it's crucial we save you and Karna for the fight against the very last beast. You two will be the ones to deal the final blow. Understood. Leave it to me. Can't wait to get started. Now we just need to figure out where to put our less spectacular abilities. Less spectacular? That's right. Take Saito Hajime's swordsmanship, for example. Even if they did take it for themselves, you think those beasts could hold a sword? Let's see if you might. Could have one for each tentacle. Like to see that. Bet it'd be hilarious. I actually think it would be more cute than funny. Imagine them trying to desperately grip swords with their stubby limbs. I don't know about cute since they're freaking creepy to start, but I see your point. Basically, if we're going to give them abilities either way, we should start with the ones they can't use. Alternatively, we could save the abilities which are useless to them for the very end. That's what I was thinking. Because I'd rather give them medium stuff and get used to it, and then prevent them from growing until it's too late. Useless, huh? Hey, Nobukatsu, baby. We should go right before Karna and Gouei. Maybe we should write all this down in a notebook. I really wish I knew what that sign in the back said. I've been staring at it for a while. Let's use a whiteboard. We could use this one. Let's see what we come up with. I hate that noise. I hate that noise intensely, actually. I like that Merlin's not participating, and I wonder if it's because he would be way too OP to give them, or because he can't participate because he's not technically here. I wonder what the case is. Alright, what does that sign say? It's almost time for the world to perish. That's what it says. Alright, these are the servants who will go before Karna and Gouei. Seriously? Well, I wish I could tell you if I was being serious, but I had no control over it, so... Who knows? Or to go either way. But... we are right about at a comfy stopping point for now. I still have some work that I'm hoping to get done over the weekend. And I'm praying that come Monday we can clear out the rest of this event, do the CQ, and maybe get some Pinoconi in. That said, I gotta be productive as fuck today. So, let's see who's around that I can pass the buck to. Who's up to no good? We raided 2 Love 3 recently. Who's up to no good? Small Fry is doing some FGO. And they're also still doing the event. At least you got the 90 nodes you can farm? True, exactly. And I love that for me. I think we'll head over to Small Fry. Support a fellow Fate Grand Order streamer at the end of the week. Actually, I should probably just look at the category and see if there's anyone real interesting there first. Let's see. Pandagiri's doing LB5. Interesting. Okay. Some people doing the Super Ana quests and whatnot. Where's Small Fry? I don't know. I don't know that scene. They're in a strange place. Let's head over to Pandagiri's place. I want to see what they're doing in LB5. I liked LB5. Let's go there. So we're going to go head over and see a little bit of Pandagiri. See what's going on with them. I haven't been there before, so it should be interesting. As always, there are usually no weekend streams. If something weird happens, and there is going to be one, you'll find out first on Discord or Twitter. So make sure you check those links out. As always, I'd love to thank you guys just so much for being here. It's been a tough time for a lot of people in a lot of ways, and during these moments, your time is even more important, more valuable than it usually is. So I'd like to definitely impress the fact that I'm genuinely grateful that you've given me some of your time, some of your attention, some of the most important currency in the world today. It really does mean the world for me, and your support is genuinely helping keep me alive. So thank you. I'll see you guys, hopefully, sooner, but more than likely on Monday.
Oh, we're getting another raid. Hello, raiders. Hello. Zartimus. Ah. Someone new. Do the hand raid.
This raid has been brought to you by Zartimes and friends. Welcome to the Bamboo Forest.
Oh, you're playing Fate Grand Order.
You can die this recipe.
Yay. Patchy. I'll switch screens real quick. Hold on. Welcome, Zartimus.